Hello, everyone. Welcome to the lab. I'm currently streaming right now, and everything will be uploaded to YouTube later. So if you missed the start or you want to watch it again, feel free to check my YouTube channel later. So tonight's topic, it's the very first episode. I'm going to help Mr. Sam, who has just came back to the game since like 2015, and as well as his Kel Thunder deck, which I'm going to kind of build it or help him build it. And without further ado, Sam, you want to introduce yourself?
Hey, yes. So I'm Sam. Nice to meet you guys. And I used to play the game way more competitive back in since actually like Dragon Ruler and so era. And then I finally actually found myself getting my first top in YC Chicago in 2015. I had a top eight with Nekroz actually. Um, so yeah, I kind of like I was playing the game in between, like from 2015 to 2020, with taking like a 1 year hiatus between like 2018 and 19. But like I didn't play as competitive, as I wanted to, like I did back in the day. So um, I'm here now, with Mr. Something, and then
Yeah,
I'm trying to get back into the game actually. So
yeah.
yeah.
So, like you said, you topped top eight. Let me see, why is it Chicago? That was the Necros format. Was the April list Necros format, right? Yeah, and let me see. I've a couple there are like I found two feature matches on Konami's website. The two written feature. One was top eight, where you actually play draft and unfortunately lost and ended there at top eight.
Yes.
Yeah, and there's the other one where it was your round eight feature match, and
Right.
yeah, this one was pretty good. You just straight OTK your
Uh,
opponent.
I
Yeah,
did forget my draft rules a little bit,
yeah, this is Sam,
maybe,
by the
but it's all right.
way. Yeah, you just straight OTK your opponent through like because of Denko, right?
Oh yeah, in round seven, absolutely. Oh yeah, that
Yeah,
was it was both games. Both games
yeah,
I
it
had this
was both games.
amazing.
hmm So yeah, it seems like you were already doing better than me at that point. I think when this happens, I was in like side events already.
That's yeah, I know. The game changed over the years a
Yeah,
lot.
the game changes a lot. There's also your
Absolutely.
profile. If anyone want to check later, I'll have like all the links in the description and probably upload the whole Word document into the Discord. So everyone, if anyone interested in anything we talk about tonight, feel free to watch again in the future. So I missed that part. When did you really like come back to the game?
Okay, so I wasn't really out of the game at
hmm
the time, but like um, starting from like 2016 and afterwards, I just got really busy into my life,
mm
going
mm
into the like more of the college scene and just working
Makes
full time
sense. Yep.
and just family and all that. So like
Mm.
I still went to like events and stuff, but like um, as much as I wanted to keep up with the game, I kind of just stopped. Like
All right. So the
so now
events you're
I finally found some
talking,
time
yeah.
actually to kind of free up. So.
So the events you're talking about, like what kind of events are those? Like regionals, locals, or like still wise?
More YCS, honestly. Like I went to regionals and stuff, but like um, just YCS events and stuff. But like I
Mm.
didn't be able to practice and stuff as much, as
Ah.
I wanted to.
So you were still keeping up the game. You just didn't have the time to commit into like practicing and getting ready for it
Right.
for like big
Exactly.
events. All
Hmm.
right. And now you kind of want to just like get some help on those just to make sure like uh just to make sure your goal
Get
like
back
the
in.
yeah your goal where you sent to me is like top another YCS.
Right. Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
That's definitely the second goal. Like at least while I'm playing the game.
Yeah, no, that's pretty good. Like topping a YCS is always a good goal. If it's either like if you are haven't done it, it's good, or if you have done it but you want to be consistent on it, that's also a good goal to achieve. Like I spend majority of my competitive year just to get a YCS top.
I know.
Yeah.
Excellent. It sounds exciting, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that's like I think that should be like everybody's goal when they're
Yeah.
trying to grow in the game. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like because
All
the
right.
region is a good start, but
Yeah.
you know you want
Regional is a
like
good start. You're also from New York, right?
sorry, repeat.
Are you from New York?
Yeah, I'm from New York.
All
Yep.
right. So I'm from Philly. So technically, for like the tri-state area, East Coast, we have regionals that's like the probably the biggest in the country. Probably only after Cali and most. Like
Hmm.
those are also just like pseudo YCs kind of.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, because
Okay.
like for me, like Philly regional, it's usually about 500-600 people. Well, we have a cap about like 700 at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like Brooklyn regional is usually about 3 to 400 as well.
No, that's what I call a big regional. I like that.
Yeah, yeah. Like even you go a little bit even north, like Catskill regional should still have. I think the
Yeah,
last
cats.
one went to was like 200 still. Yeah. So like we do have those big regionals compared to like other places in the state. I think the only one that can match Philly is probably like South Cali. That
Yeah,
SoCal.
Philly
Yeah.
have been doing good for years.
Yeah.
I've been going to them a lot, like
Hmm.
over the what
Yeah.
last 8 9 years now. But always, yes, very big turnout.
Yeah, it's very big. It's a very good practice. Just for if you're practicing for YCS, then you should like then your goal should be like go to Philly regional and try to go for like a top eight. That will be a very good practice.
Yep,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
Honestly,
like
it was like because like the bigger the regionals and stuff, the more rounds and
yeah,
everything, and
hmm
the of course the quality of players and everything,
yeah.
like all that contributes to
Hmm.
good practice for the bigger events.
Like before me going to my UDS, which was my second win, I was actually like practicing my dragon deck in I think it was in Connecticut Regional. That one also had like 400 people as well, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
As,
know. It's
yeah.
like
As long as you go into a regional that's like 7 rounds or more, then you have a very good like wisest practicing playground there. Or like that's usually I see those big regionals. Right.
yeah, it only gets better.
Yeah.
Like as you progress in the rounds.
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure anybody playing competitive in the scene can say the same thing.
Hmm. All right, so let's switch the topic. I think we so I prepare more things, but I don't think you need to know because I thought you just completely quit. But to be honest, you are still kind of pay attention to the game,
Oh, I'm
right?
sorry for the misconnection there.
Yeah. So like I
Yeah,
feel like you know how things are, especially like current format. There are oops, that's spoilers. Current
yeah,
format, like there are a couple links I prepared that's good data you can check just to make sure you know what's been happening right now. There's like the
definitely.
LCS4. Yeah, the LCS4. This one is the HTS. It's like let me find the LCS one
I'll be
first.
very honest. Like after like our quarantine times and all that
Mhm.
stuff began, like I haven't kept up with the game. So
Oh yeah, so since about what March?
yeah, yeah.
All
So
right,
like
so
I
that
kind of knew
yeah,
I kind of knew the
then
scene before that.
then
That's
these
why.
will be like good datas for us. See the like this is the LCS4 datas where Tristan won and let me see, I should find myself here somewhere. I lost to Tristan at top eight. Yeah, see, this is my list.
Oh, okay. This is
Yeah,
the online tournament, right?
yeah, this is the online tournament because it's during quarantine. That's the only kind of big events we can have. I don't remember the exact number for LCS 4, but I think it's close to 200, something like that. It's definitely under 200 if I remember correct.
Right.
Yeah, that's like the most recent one, the most recent LCS. Like if you want to, you can still go to like Luxury Gaming's page and
Mm-hmm.
find like the
Heard
older
about
ones, like LCS 3 could be
it.
also used for datas. Yeah, and
Three.
there's also the HTS one. Yeah, this one is the most recent one. It's July 5th, so at the beginning of the month. And this one has like 175 players.
Hundreds of what? Sorry.
They have 175 players.
175 players. Yeah.
Yeah, like you can their top 16 breakdown, and there's like individual lists if you want to check.
Right.
These are the
Right.
datas
I
for the current format, technically.
gotcha. All
Hmm.
these, a lot of these decks, I
Yeah,
know limit about.
yeah. They also have the
There
breakdown
are
for
some
the
things.
entire tournament.
Mhm.
So this is for current, and technically there is so the numerals comes out like technically today. I feel like everyone just trying to get their hands on it already. If you
Yeah.
are interested in all the numerals, you can go to this. There's a YouTube video from Duelist Academy.
Mhm.
They talk about everything pretty much everything you need to know about the Numeron engine. Like Duelist
Oh,
Academy haven't lectured here already on YouTube.
yeah.
Yeah.
I heard they were a group or so too, right? Like where
Mhm.
you can just like
Yeah. So
pay for coaching or
yeah, they have a Patreon and for different kind of and like how much money you want to spend, how much like you get what you spend pretty much.
right.
Like uh I also have a link for their Patreon in the file.
Great.
So technically I think honestly I think for you the best
Mhm.
will actually just like spend some money,
Mhm.
join Dora's Academy because you are already like good enough at the YCS level. And they actually offer the most and the most like the most things and the most helpful ways for you to just step from top like maybe topping a YCS to consistently topping a YCS. That's how
Yeah.
I see them. And yeah, just definitely give them a look, and it should be a very good resource for you for Throws Academy.
Absolutely.
Yep. So that's for pretty much the current format. So I guess you know the following things, right? We changed the time rule. That's different than 2015.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
That I do. Yeah. I
yeah.
was like I said, I was still playing and stuff.
Hmm.
But
I mean, I guess we can still go over it. It just I don't need
yeah,
to explain too
I
much.
actually had quit before the time I took my hiatus was actually when uh just like XYZs and stuff was still a
Hmm.
thing, but
Hmm.
like pendulums, but like we still were on like Master Roll 3, you may say, and then
Uh,
know about the links at all. I just had quit during that time, and then I returned.
so
Like,
did you play the
yeah.
zoo format?
Sorry, say it again.
Did you play the zoo format?
Oh yeah, absolutely. That was actually my last format.
Oh,
That's
that's all right. That one's your last format. Cool. So
yes.
you know more basics info than I expected. Well, go back to now. So even the time rule change, like still not bad to go over it. Like people will just side like cowboy or scarlight for time here, right?
Oh yeah, I know, of
Yeah.
course.
Something
Yeah,
you
I
should
that
yeah, there's
stuff.
something you should be aware and something you can think when you deck building. Because
Yeah, it's they say. I mean, you hear a lot of the community say,
hmm
like it's a very unfair advantage to some people.
yeah.
Like, it's when their turn begins and stuff, they can
Oh,
stall.
kind
They
of a
have a burn damage, and it's like,
yeah, kind of a game, something like those.
yeah, exactly. The
Yeah.
once you're short screen, absolutely,
Hmm.
those are the only options.
Yeah. So the next, things I want to go over with you, was the hand traps, because I didn't get to know like beforehand. I didn't get to know when's the exact time you quit. So I was assuming like 2015.
Well, it don't look. Hey, I'm always down for more
Yeah.
knowledge.
So I mean, I guess we can just go over it. Like these are what I thought you that was legal for you when during 2015.
Oh
That's
yeah,
all the hand
oh,
traps like for you technically. Apparently,
absolutely.
maybe there's more of them up here. And these are technically all the hand traps that's released since 2015.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes. These are all common.
yeah, these are all the ones. Like, do you wanna ask about like any specific ones in this whole list?
Um, I mean, I I know most of them, of course. Like I know every one of them actually,
Mm-hmm.
but
Nice. That's pretty
yeah,
good.
like the flying. I do remember like back in like 2015, we didn't really resort to what you call it, the Skullmeister,
Yeah,
and
it's
yeah,
in the carpool, but
it was
it was
the
not
card
being
for sure.
played until way later.
And Joel Lockbird was really slept on back then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I
But
think I think like Flying Sea was out, I think summer
Flying Sea,
2015, but it wasn't being played until like Pepe or Zoo, which is much later.
not really popular with Burning Abyss.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, but when BA first came out, it
Didn't
was.
have a Rhino Warrior or
Hmm.
anything to protect
Hmm.
themselves. So like,
Hmm. Yeah.
when like Flying Sea was like your best out to them.
Yeah. But also like Gamma was out like late 2015, but it wasn't being played until probably what I played it in Zoo format, but it wasn't even a popular choice. I think it got super popular in like Spiral format, like late
Or
17.
because like Maxi and stuff probably. So,
Yeah.
yeah, so at least
Yeah.
we better options.
Mm-hmm. So you know about like the new hand traps, right? Like Gizmak and no material, like those.
Um, yeah. What was the first one? I don't. I know no material for sure.
Gizmak Fox.
All right, I'd have to see a picture of him.
All right. If you look at the church or the screen share in the Discord,
Yes, that one I don't. I do not know about.
you don't know. All right, cool. So it's good to at least I can go over something. So
Mm-hmm.
Gizmo Fox is it's like probably the newest hand trap in the entire list. Came out Eternity Code.
Yep.
It's essentially whenever your opponent spells something from anything from the main deck, you get to activate this and special summon it.
Mm-hmm.
After that, you Gizmo Fox. You can target a monster your opponent controls. Then you can special summon a monster who has same attack and defense from your deck that has the same attribute to your opponent. It looks like it's not looking obvious what you can do with it, but majority of people or the main use for this is like your opponent summon needle fiber, summon anything from the deck. Use usually like either O-Line or Jet or whatever they can. Then it meet the requirement for Fox because they summon a monster from the main deck. You trigger Fox summon, then you can Fox target a fiber and summon summon the water barrier statue.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
at that point, you turn off like he's locked on water as long as he didn't get rid of the barrier statue. And there's not many water decks in the format. The only one is probably like
Armels.
Mermail, but when Mermail get to like fiber, they already probably trying to like Aurora down do some non-water board combos. So you can still like effectively stop them.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's the use for Fox.
Not
But
Merman. Yeah.
yeah,
I don't know how they
but
play now.
well, Mermail like they start with trying to hand loop you something, then after that they switch into Fiber Aurora. That's how. I mean, everything trying to end with Fiber Aurora now. So
That's
yeah,
crazy.
so well, but the thing is, there's like various statue for all six different attribute. So eventually, maybe in the future, we're gonna see like Fox summon a different attribute of a barrier statue as well. So that's always a choice.
Yeah, it's one like it's made for one deck alone. So I mean it's amazingly powerful card though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like not for one deck. It's mainly for one specific strategy. Like it works on fiber. Like it's even like a card just for one specific like fiber strategy. That's the
That yes, exactly.
yeah.
Yep.
But down in the future, like it's that all the numerons are light, and Zexo is also light, so Fox doesn't do anything on it.
We might see Light Statue some season play maybe.
No, but even if someone light statue, that
Oh,
doesn't
we don't
prevent
think.
them. It doesn't prevent them to summon Zexo afterwards. So there's no point to do it. But maybe in the future, there's might be another choice coming back to the meta, which is possible. Like now, there's actually people playing it. If you go back to the LCS 4 one, uh, like Dom top four with Fox in the side.
Okay.
Yeah. Like also another thing you have to know after you fox your opponent is like you also lock on water statue. So
Yep.
a way of them playing after you fox your opponent is like you switch fox to attack and switch statue to attack. Going to battle phase, use your fox to beat over their fiber. Their fiber couldn't use their effect to tag out because they still lock on water. After that, you go main phase to use Fox and Statue into Water Charmer. Use Water Charmer to revive their fiber because now it's in the graveyard. Then you get like an instant link for here, either access or Appaloosa for you to combo afterwards. That's your
Yep.
choice. But that's like a very common thing now. Or not
Yeah.
very common, but you should be aware that's like a thing in the format.
Yeah. So it's like really impactful versus a certain deck. That's why you don't like invest
Yes.
extra deck space for it right away.
Hmm.
But like you cite it out, you cite something else out. Like people used to do for Dweller, for example, right? Like
Yes.
they would cite a second Dweller versus
Hmm.
certain deck.
Yeah. It's a strategy. If it resolves, it can almost just end their turn.
Just
The
and
weakness for this is like if your opponent top deck if your opponent like combo with an ashing hand, normally the ash will be dead, but it
yeah,
can stop Fox because it's someone from the handle deck.
of course.
Or with Nexa coming, there's let me see, there's Forbidden Droplet. Like you can see a lot of people main this one in the future.
Which one?
That can be something that can turn off the Fox or the statue.
Which one for the? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it says send any number of cards you control or in your hand to graveyard to
Mm.
negate that many cards, that many monsters your opponent controls,
Ooh,
and your
that's actually
opponent cannot respond it with the same type of cards you pitch for its cost.
gotcha. Is this more of a newer card?
Yeah, it's in next set in Rise of Duelist in 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it's so soon, I just include it as well.
Right.
Hmm. So yeah, so are you good with every single other hand traps?
Definitely, yes.
Cool.
Because a lot of them I knew already. Some of them
Or
are more newer
some of them
ones.
you
Like
probably even played it before.
this thing, the Ghost, I think Chill or something like that. Ghost Mourner and Chill, and
Yeah.
yeah, like the other card that you had mentioned,
Mm-hmm.
the
All right.
Gizmet. Yeah,
Yeah. So I guess we can go to the other part, which is the anti-hand trap part.
there you go.
I think this part is well, well technically it will be these. You should be know these already because you're
Oh,
around for these, right?
so it's like the side blocker I know primarily from like
Hmm.
Dragon Reaper days.
Yeah, I think before people use side blocker to turn off anti spell.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
that's a thing in Necroz format or Secret Village, I think. Yeah, those were the strategy. And Midbreaker was got popular much later during Goki format.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah, and Callby just wants it out like it's being around whenever someone need protection for their combos.
Yeah. I actually came back in the game as Firewall was getting banned in the Hanson.
Ah,
Came
nice.
back.
So
Yeah.
you missed the
So like
fun
I
time.
first knew about these link monsters, and then I saw the Goki deck. Yeah, that's how I know about the magic
Hmm.
limit.
All right. So there's one thing which is this card that hasn't come to TCG. It's cross out. It's
Yes,
we
that card.
yeah,
Yeah.
we have a high chance. Well, not a high chance. We have a decent chance to get it, to be honest, because Rise of Duelist actually has 20 imports from OCG, which
Ooh.
has a decent chance to including this card. Spoiler alert! I'm actually like planning to do another video just talking about hint traps, and this card itself will have like probably its specific chapter on it, because this is a very interesting card. It can technically negate everything as long as you play it. It's as fast as you declare a card name that exists in your deck. You banish it. You banish one copy of it. For the rest of the turn, negate anything that has the same name with it.
I like yeah this card's
Yeah,
I definitely see it making a major impact.
yeah.
You know,
It's in OCG. It's like another counter with against Maxi along with the call by already.
simply off the fact that it's a quick play too.
Yeah,
So,
like things. If you pay attention to OCG, their hand trap lineup usually be like, let me see, Imperm.
yeah, of course, they do have Maxi down there.
Yeah, Ghost Ogre. Like if you're playing OCG, you will see a lineup like this, which is a very common one. Maxi is good to counter people. Ash is good too against Maxi. Then you have one for each everything else for the target for cross out.
Yep.
And some people even like if you think Nibiru is even good, you can run like two Nibiru just to make sure you are able to afford to draw one Nibiru and still resolve cross out to banish another one from the deck in case you get hit
Right.
by Nibiru.
You need the copy at least in your deck.
Yeah, like
Mm,
imagine you are like a Sala player, you might play
right.
two Nibiru with these just to make sure you are able to draw one Nibiru.
Right.
Because if you draw
Exactly.
one already, you can't banish one from the deck.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So, whatever card is gonna hurt you the most,
Hmm.
and your deck can also support, you would try to like run more than one copy of to support
Yeah.
this card.
Yeah,
The high
that's right.
card, it makes sense. Yeah,
So this is something that could just come in 2 weeks. So if it does, like, it's a good thing to know, just to like have a kind of feeling about what kind of hand trap lineup you want to play.
absolutely.
Because now I think the hand trap lineup is usually like just like two play sets of something in TCG.
Yeah, I,
It's like it
I
will be something like
don't,
this.
yeah, I don't know the current hand trap lineup as much. So
Yeah, the current hand trap lineup is usually like, well, before Numeron, obviously. Nibiru is the best because it's the most impactful, almost not able to answer. You will either have to not summon five, summon a negate with thing before five, or you have a backup plan after being Nibiru. That's the only strategy against it.
that's the only way.
Yeah, that's why it's like the most impactful because it's almost like not able to be avoided.
Exactly.
Then there's usually people run like some number of Phantasmate just to help to draw to increase the chance of you seeing Nibiru.
Hmm.
And after that, because how the format is, there's more like negations than I'll call it utility cards, like utility hand trap. Valor and Imperm are kind of the most popular. Moonlit Chill is like a popular in the side, and along with Ash. Ash kind of it hits almost everything, but
Hmm.
doesn't hit enough majority of the time.
Yeah, that one I didn't know too much about. The
Yeah.
chill card. What's that chill card do again?
Oh, so it's like Valor, but
Hmm.
it responds on the summon. So
Oh,
whenever your opponent special summon a monster, you can pitch it,
right.
target one of that special summon monster,
Yep.
and that's negated for the rest of the turn.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah,
That's good.
and if that monster leave the board this turn, your opponent get burned for how much attack it has.
Ah, yeah. So it's like a multiple effect veiler, pretty much.
Yeah, but it's like it's a once per turn one. That's the part that's worse than Valor.
Yeah. So if you open multiple copies, then
Yeah.
yeah, one will be dead in your hand.
Hmm.
You won't be able to use it.
Yeah. The good part is like if your opponent has something like IP, if your opponent tried to IP Unicorn in your turn when you already have cards on the field, neither of Valor or Imperm gonna do anything, but Chill gonna do it.
But this one can. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
I just actually. Yeah, it's not like
Yeah.
just only your opponent turn
Hmm.
thing.
Yeah, that's like in general for now, it's worse than Valor Imperm, but overall, it has they all have like their specific parts of the like by themselves, and
Right.
majority of the time, people just run like two copies just to have like an increased number of Valor Imperms.
Hmm.
Because if you're hitting the fiber, no matter which one, it's almost the same.
Of course.
Yeah, they just want to increase the number of like because pure negations is like slightly better than ogre or bell, those utility ones in the format.
Yeah, I think this has been my opinion. Like
Hmm.
always in the game, I've liked cards that made like a all turn impact. So like
Hmm.
when actually, if you'll probably look at my deck profile later back then
Hmm.
even.
Yeah.
When I was playing Nekroz, everybody supported Maxi and Baylor, and I
Hmm.
didn't actually. I sided them,
Yeah.
yes, but I never sided them actually for the mirror match at all,
Hmm.
because I
Yeah, I
felt like
remember you citing the Vader.
hmm,
I watched the video. I remember you citing the Vader.
siding the Baylor.
Yeah, it's in. I think you cite the Vader in the Necros deck, right?
Well, I yes, I did absolutely sided
Hmm.
because it actually was something that I just sided just to side, but I never sided it in the entire
Oh
lesson,
yeah, yeah,
like in the actual game. That's the
yeah.
sad part
Hmm.
because I thought Lancia was just the
Yeah,
um
Lancia is probably just better at that point.
yeah because whenever I thought about it, I'm like, all right, Valor, there was many ways to dodge it, you know.
Hmm.
But I liked cards that just covered the entire turn, and then no
Hmm.
matter what they had, like Book of Eclipse or Book of Moon,
Yes.
anything to dodge the Valor,
Mhm.
they couldn't do that versus Lancia. So that was just my mentality behind that.
Yeah, but that's still like, yeah, in that format it's true, but in general you still have to like differentiate what kind of specific situation you want to stop.
Of
Because
course,
like now, if my opponent's summon fiber, it's definitely just better to just Valor it, right?
absolutely, yeah,
Yeah. So it's like it still depends on situations. That's where you have like that's where hand trap are like a very skillful part about when you deck building. Just because
yes.
now like how the game is,
Now I
if you don't
heard
have the
that.
corresponding hand trap, you die. All right, so back hand trap. Then all right, there's the going second cards where I also included the back row card. So majority of them you should actually familiar with, right? Because you actually being around.
Yeah, most of them I know. I just some of the newer ones.
Yeah, like this one you probably don't know because it hasn't come out yet.
Right.
But yeah, now are you familiar with every single superpower target?
This, yeah, just the Forbidden Droplet. I think I know. What is that second fusion monster?
This one?
Yeah, next to the Starving Venom.
Yeah, this one is the bigger starving. It takes 3 dark on the field.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah. It's starving 2 dark on the field. This one predator plans 3 dark on the field. The other predator plans fusion plus dark.
Yep.
Earth Golem is Cybers plus Link,
Right.
and Mud Dragon is two is the same attribute but different type.
Yeah, I do remember seeing Mud Dragon, seeing a lot of play versus like
Hmm.
pendulums and stuff like
Yes,
that.
yes. Hmm. So obviously, these cycle like you should be being playing these before because you play
Yes,
Necroz format.
I came across them.
Yeah, and these are the new age ones that are going second. Pank, Storm Evenly, Dark Ruler, Miss
That
Mine.
looks again. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. All right. So Drop is coming out in soon. I forgot one more thing. It's not even like a. It's a very tricky one.
Hmm.
This one, 3 tactical talents. It's a weird one. No one knows how good it will be in the TCG format. It also comes in Rise in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I was trying to.
Uh,
I never seen this one before.
yeah, it's also in Rise. So its effect is you can only activate this card in a turn where your opponent has already activated a monster effect. And during
Hmm.
during your main phase, you can activate one of the following 3 effects. First one is Pot of Greed, you draw 2 cards.
Oh.
Second one is Change of Heart, you take a monster your opponent controls until end phase.
Hmm.
The third one is confiscation, or the other one, force for entry. You look at your opponent's hand and shuffle a card back to their deck.
Oh, a third effect might be seeing. Oh, yeah, that would be actually amazing to to help like your combo go through.
It's like yes and no. It's yes when right you have that choice to do after combo gets stopped, but no, it's like in modern game if your combo gets stopped, you probably just die because you have nothing. And since it's so easy to combo now, your opponent
Yeah,
might just have like couple cards, each of them doing a 1 card combo, but you can take one of them, it's fine.
of course.
Yeah. So it's gonna be a weird card. Me personally don't think it will even be good, but I could be wrong because hasn't come out yet. Just remember this card exists. Pay attention to it in case it
Yeah,
actually be popular. And
yeah,
yeah, that's it. It's also in Rise together with Droplets.
yeah.
Hmm.
But would you say like this is more of like like when you're going second, right? Pretty
I would
much.
say this is more a going second card because they like first of all you wanna like if you can you wanna run like call by or cross
Yeah,
out if it comes out to
yeah,
protect your combo. Since
yeah.
if your combo resolve, it doesn't matter what your opponent have, you
Doesn't
win, right?
matter. Yeah,
Or you just wanna so it's not good going first, but
no.
when you go in second, maybe it's like another maybe card just to break boards. Like
Yeah,
imagine your opponent have like imagine the rock board has couple negate. You can like maybe use a lightning storm, bait out one negate, then this is alive
There
for
you
you to
go.
activate as a second thing.
Mhm.
So that could be a strategy. I just don't know how effective it's gonna be.
Yeah, like it would be good in like already set up boards already. So like
Yeah,
you would
but
play
this
one card as bait, and this would be like your second bait.
yeah, but that's sometimes at the same time, like this could just be like a bait. It could be just maybe it's only
Or
doing
you
the
can
same thing
kill
as a
it with it.
Raigeki.
Yeah,
Maybe it's only doing the same thing as a Raigeki, so it's might as well just play Raigeki itself, right? Or maybe
mhm.
just even play something more straightforward like a sphere mode,
Yeah,
so you
yeah.
don't
Something
even need to bait it.
that you know for a fact is going to be live when you go to
Yeah.
set.
So yeah, that's a tricky card. Just know about it. That should be enough. So I guess that's. I think for the rest, you should know like majority of the basic information
No,
already.
no, thank you,
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Then I guess we can finally start with the deck. Um, Let me see. Is the version one? This is the list you sent to me. Uh, well, before you say anything, let me summarize what I see from this list.
Of course, yes,
So clearly, you're trying to make a board. You're trying to make either something. Are you like you trying to make a VFD to make sure opponent just not able to do anything. So
right.
once you get the turn back, you just attack with big monster for game.
Big monster's going to get it.
And in order to do that, I see something interesting already. Like you thought about using Repro to turn non-dragon monster into a dragon, then you resolve the
Yeah,
guard dragon combos.
right. Yeah,
Yeah, that's something like not many people see when they trying to combo. That's like a very interesting and good route to do it.
yeah. I
Yep.
was thinking about like like for example, to do your whole guard dragon combo.
Hmm.
I knew about this card called Reproductus, and I was just thinking like, oh wow, that's actually really cool that you can do that. Like you can just start doing your guard dragon combo simply off the fact that he can make it a dragon.
Yep,
Yeah, but
that's a very good way.
actually to
Um,
me,
mhm. But the thing is, let me see. So technically, these are the Thunder card. That's more about just. Let me search two different. Alright. These are more just like more Thunder cards because everything here are for Thunder, right?
yeah,
What's your thoughts behind like the rest of these monsters? Like the Nemesis, the big dragons. Oh wait, this is
yeah.
another Thunder.
So, like I said, those monsters I kind of just like thought as like like your kind of like your backup play in a way. So
Hmm.
like if something were to not like go through, you still had more ways to keep going through. And this at least going second, the Stratos and the Protos allows you
Hmm.
to clear the board and stuff.
Yep.
So like if I mean Thunders have a they have kind of a weird way to bait your cards out, I guess you may say. Like sometimes like you can throw a solar on the field. Like if you had like other plays, and if you threw a solar on the field, if they negated it, then that's all right, cool. If they had like one or two more negates or whatever, then I just thought like, all right, those chaos cards would just be something that you would drop after your baits went through. Because like you would have a light or dark monster in the grave, and then you can just summon like the protos and the nemesis monsters and all that.
Hmm. All right, so let me think. There's like a there's like a weird part from like what you're thinking is that
Yeah,
modern Yu-Gi-Oh! There's not many kind of backup plan you should be thinking about because like, let's just break up like the strategy here, right? If you go first, you want to just at the end the game.
right. Okay.
Therefore, if you get the VFD, that's game. If you
Yeah.
don't get a VFD, you can have like almost nothing, just a Titan. That's it.
Yeah.
Like if you don't get a VFD, I think the best you can set up is Titan plus Dark and Matrix in hand plus a Nibiru in hand. I
Yeah.
think that's the most you can. Well, maybe even an IP,
Yeah.
but that's just like kind of weak, and that's
Yeah. It
also
is.
like very hard to get there.
Yeah.
Also, yeah,
Or, trying to
mhm,
find better boards and stuff of how modern Yu-Gi-Oh works now.
yeah. Also, it's like so. Also, these cards when they're going second, right? Since they require quite a lot to be summoned, they you need like pretty much three. Let me see. There's thunder. That's a beast, but that
Yeah,
has to be normal summon pretty much. Then there's
yeah.
dragons. There's
The
pirate.
only way
So
that
yeah,
I
these
was gonna
are like also just not
these are
easy to be
this
summoned.
is making it work.
Hmm.
Yeah, you need those little nemesis monsters to make it work.
Yeah,
I just
pretty much.
maybe I looked at Flag and I thought that was like probably the best one of all of them,
Yeah,
just because of the fact that it can search the bigger guys,
yeah. Well, if we have Colossus, then Corridor will be
of
better,
course.
but we don't. Just don't worry about that. So yeah, but the thing is, going second, like these cards, not guaranteed being summoned. It's actually required quite a lot to summon these.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's, yeah. I looked
and
at it. Yeah, it's like if you didn't get the three monsters engraved, then they're pretty much dead to have in hand.
yeah, like think about it. So the way you can summon it going second is the most ideal way you can resolve those. Is like you drop a Nibiru already, so you have a rock on board. You
Yeah.
normal wolf and banish roar to banish dark,
Hmm.
and then you can have you link everything away so you get rock beat thunder,
Right.
and plus whatever you make from probably one of these. That's like you need like situation that ideal to even
Yeah.
resolve these cards going second.
Of course.
So it's like not really efficient to have these. Like those can very well just be your bricks going first.
Sure. Yeah.
So
Um,
so
yeah, with that combo, with the two Trishula in
hmm
there, um, like that was the whole idea to make the VFP.
yeah.
I actually
So you
saw some other guy also. I talked about it too, and then like that's how I kind of derived my idea from it because I'm not like I said I'm truly not familiar with the um,
hmm
current format.
yeah. So first don't worry about the current format because if you you pretty much just how should I say it? Just don't worry about too much. You first have to figure out like how you do your own things first. That's the main thing. And see, double trish is an idea, but it required kind of a lot. Because double trish, you pretty much require six monsters for it. Six monster into a VFD. Uh, if that's all you end it with, then see VFD is a
A combo between Solar and Hawk. I think if you just did those two alone, you can do two Trishes. There's like I forgot like the entire combo, but like that's how I kind of learned it from that guy. Like he was saying like if you just open those two cards alone, you could do like a two Trish and then I think it was Yasin actually who talked about it. Yeah, there you go.
it's just nice.
So that it wasn't really. It's definitely credit to him about that one.
Mm-hmm. So we have battery, roar,
Oh,
token, or
like it could be like battery and Hawk, and like
yeah.
then
So
the third card can be anything else. You don't need anything else, I guess.
yeah.
But this is all, of course, if your opponent does not hand
Mm-hmm.
trap you.
Yeah. So one thing is I want to tell you a little bit is how good you think VFD is for now and for in the future.
How do you do VFT?
Yes.
For this deck?
For in general, in general.
Oh, in general. Like I'd say like what I was reading is a fact. Like
Mm-hmm.
I felt like he's a card that some people might misuse just off the fact that it says like um, for the rest, like your opponent cannot activate cards.
Yeah.
So if somebody were to use a VFD on like some, somebody already activated effect, then if they play VFD, it doesn't stop that effect.
Mm-hmm.
It'll still go through. So I think the best time to use him would be the standby phase to answer your question.
Mm-hmm. Or let me ask you a different way for you to understand that better. So
I'm
what you
sorry.
have said is usually when it's resolved, right? Because
Right.
it completely shut down your opponent. But
Yes.
the question I'm gonna ask you is how easy you think you're gonna resolve a calamity in the current meta.
How are you gonna resolve it?
How easy you gonna resolve it?
Um, like
Think about things that can stop it.
yeah, I say like if you're going first, that's the only time really. Like like if and then if your opponent had like infinite impermanence or something, they
Hmm.
will of course stop you. If they didn't use it while you were comboing,
Hmm.
and then they just thought like, okay, this guy is going for VFD, then on their standby phase when you try to go for VFD, they'll infinite impermanence you. So I think like he most of the time will be able to go through, in my opinion. That's my honest opinion. But if they had impermanence, they could stop you.
So I'm thinking like slightly different now
Okay.
for VFD. To be honest, my opinion is like uh CB4, yes, because pretty much your opponent's reliable way to stop VFD is like 6 card drawing to the imperm. Use it, because otherwise they'll probably try to imperm before, like when you combo in to stop your combo.
Yeah.
So that's probably the only case. But now it's like there's the Numeron in the format along with the
Right.
Zexal. Pretty much Zexal is the same as Calamity, right?
Right.
The way that people think about how to stop Zexal will be either imperm or Gamma. Or maybe
Right.
even some of them with Chalice.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah. Yeah. They
Yeah,
can see the gamma. Yep.
yeah. Like if your VFD got Gamma, you just instantly lose, even you comboed. Even like you combo into nothing,
Yeah. Of
right?
course.
Like Gamma resolving by itself is a free needle fiber already.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's even like after next set there will be droplets, right? Because we just mentioned it's a quick play.
Right.
Yeah, so they can just chain droplets, a quick play spell, chain to a pitch anything, negate your calamity, and now you just also combo for nothing.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
So
No.
yeah,
That,
these are kind. So what I'm trying to say is calamity is like resolving with decreasing chance by the time goes in the format.
mhm.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're basically saying like um, that shouldn't be like the end goal as much anymore, right?
See,
Like,
if you are able to pull on a board something like a protection plus
yeah.
calamity, like my Dragon Bill was trying to put on Appaloosa Savage VFD. At this
Oh,
point, it's still like it still has a decent chance to resolve because they'll only lose to drop to pitching monsters, pitching like
of
two
course.
monsters. But
Of course.
now for you, what you doing? You already have to use 6 monsters into a VFD. What you can have with this, probably no nothing,
Yeah.
right? So I think maybe VFD just isn't really like a reliable way to use as an ending board,
Okay. That makes sense.
which therefore also knock down the possibility to running Trish because it's just not needed.
Yeah. Yeah, because I was when I was going through his video
Hmm.
about it, like he was showing like, okay, he did a bunch of like small plays with just like the link cross and everything, and
Hmm.
like it was just off of 2 cards that he did all this. So
Yeah,
the inboard was still pedipant,
yeah.
and
There are a lot of combos you can just do with like 1 or 2 cards because all the
yeah,
cards are so powerful now. But at the
but I
same
feel
time, it's
still
like how
reliable.
reliable it's gonna be effective when you actually been playing,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
That's a big issue.
yeah.
So something people are like kind of shifting their focus is
Mhm.
running carrier instead.
Carrier, okay, I don't know
Because
about
Union Carrier plus let me see, plus this guy, the extra deadlock.
that. Hmm.
This is not losing to whatever that can hit on your VFD. Imperm
Yeah,
doesn't work, Gamma they have to hit it in your
yeah.
turn.
I heard about that card.
Hmm.
Destruction
Yeah,
sword.
destruction sword. You can equip it to something that make
Well, I
it
was doing my research.
make your opponent not able to use their
Yeah.
extra deck.
Yep.
And in order for carrier to equip this on it, you need either a dark monster or a dragon monster.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
So
a combo into the carrier in this one.
yeah. So I guess now, like the way I like to build a combo deck is usually just figure out what kind of combos you can do with as few cards as you can. Like I don't think there's anything that can do like a whole board by itself, right? In your deck, it's not a
No,
dragon deck. Yeah, there's nothing. One card. The most you can do is one
Unless there
card.
is, tell me. I haven't paid attention to the
Yeah.
current game. Is there any that does come up?
No, there shouldn't be.
Okay.
It can be like several two card combos with bunch of like copies.
Yes.
So, well, let me start with give you some hints.
Mm-hmm.
Well, people running this one in a Thunder deck.
You guys, Valkyria.
Valkyria.
I did look at her. I didn't
Mhm.
know if I should use her or not though.
Yeah, you probably
That's
don't know how. That's why. So,
the problem. Yep.
all right. Guess there's one thing we can do before we do anything is to clear
Yeah.
the whole deck. Let's build it from the scratch.
Yeah. Yeah. That's exactly like I
Yep.
said. This was a when I was messaging you. I told you
Mm-hmm.
this
Yep.
was a complete rough draft.
It's fine. It's good to at least have a rough draft already. Uh, so
I didn't know where I was going with it. Really, really. I mean, I
mhm,
thought I wanted the semi combo at the same time, and
yeah,
then have backup plans. I kept like kind of tripping myself between like thinking like, oh, what happens if you go second though? Like
yeah,
this, I was like thinking to myself, then you can't really support as many um, hand traps in
hmm
Thunders, because
yeah.
then you'll mess up the consistency of your deck
hmm
too at the same time.
So things. Well, let's still only focusing on going first because going second can be solved. Just like take out some engine cards from some
Of
either
course.
hand trap or backward remove, right? So that's easier. Going first, I can. You will. Well, first of all, you will still be the one building your own deck. I'm not just straight showing you whatever I have. One hint I can give you is there's a combo. Specifically, it's battery Valkyrie. It is how far like use all your imagination. Think how
Yeah.
far you can do with these cards.
All right. Let's see.
Yeah,
Um,
I've made a very crappy combo demonstration here.
let's check it out.
If you see the screen, you are able to see it.
I think I'm having a little. You're on the screen with the spell traps, pendulums, and deck
hmm
and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Because my computer may be running a little late, so I'm not sure.
All right.
Okay,
Let me move
okay.
it to the middle. Cool. Should be able to see the board.
Yeah,
So let's if we starting with battery and Valkyrie, right?
yep.
So you summon battery. What are you trying to mill here? That will give you the most benefit.
May I read Valkyria real quick again?
Okay, cool. It
Yeah.
can banish either light or dark.
I don't like. Oh, that's good. Okay.
Yeah,
Um, and what level is it?
4.
4. Okay. Let's see. So he's a level 4. That's nice. I think would you start off with roar in this case?
Yep.
Yeah,
That.
because you'll get the when you'll banish the roar off, you'll get the
hmm
dark, and then
So
it
yeah.
will be produced off of solar. So
So yeah. So because I don't know how much you pay attention to last year. Last year at Nats, the main strategy for Danger Thunder is battery plus White Dragon.
yes, of course, I remember that
Yeah.
game. Yep.
The way they're doing is like battery send roar, White Dragon summon banish roar, summon dark, then battery will give you a token because dark is summoned. Then you have instantly 4 monsters out of 2 cards.
And you also went to like Sorry Just Skull Dread and also many other
Yeah, that's
ways.
like different ways you can do afterwards.
Yeah,
But clearly now,
but
well,
now
back then there wasn't a Nibiru, so they don't even need to run hand traps.
exactly, it's a little bit scary now.
We also have way less dangers than they did before.
Yeah. I know
But
this
mhm,
monster. It's like the Appaloosa. Uh,
yes,
I
yeah,
think
but
I know how.
the issue is if you go into Appaloosa, you might
Yeah,
not have enough monster to combo after Appaloosa.
that's the problem I
Yeah,
see.
because what they doing is like they ran through dangers, then they draw more cards with Skuldred, Then you just
Yes.
keep repeating until they have the cards they needed. Then they combo.
Yep. Yep. I remember that one.
Hmm.
Like I think you ended with like the, of course, the hieratic spear and everything.
Yeah.
You did the guard dragons. Of course, you had all three guard dragons back then, so you can
Hmm.
get a free synchro monster or anything.
Yes. Yes. Agrippine.
Miss him.
So now we have like also both baby dragons were not limited. They were limited now, but we got three more Valkyria and three more Chaos Space,
Yep.
which we also add the. Of course, we're adding the OG dragon cards in it. So it's like now you technically still have the same number of like white dragons as before.
Yes. Yes.
It
Do you
just
still?
what can you do now,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. How many of each would you run? Would you go for like the three Valkyria and then of course still run the lightning
I think I'll
uh,
max these out because you kind of need to see one copy of either of
one
these
copy
to
of
combo, right?
Mhm.
Because like it's easier to get things into graveyard, but it's not that easy to like banish them.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah, you wanna. I know this new. It's not well. It's not really new, but it came out a couple months ago. It's this Luna the Dark Spirit, I believe it's called. She
Oh
can
yeah.
banish like a dark monster to summon her.
Let me see. I think you're talking
But I
about
mean, like I think
this one.
Valkyria would replace her,
This
right? Like
one. Yeah, Valkyrie is just better because they can banish either light or dark.
yeah,
It's also a target to search its chaos space.
it's
Technically.
this thing.
Yeah.
I don't know how effective it is, but
I mean, this could be one.
I just don't know how many. Like if you needed more, I guess like if we're going with solar, that's just where my idea is going with it. Like if you already have those five, three Valkyria and that,
Yeah, technically
but
you have 8 plus 3 chaos space.
of course it's space too. Yeah, so
Mhm.
like would adding like a spirit or two mess up the consistency of the deck, or would you
It
still go?
it depends. Like you can put it here, see it now,
Right.
but
Yeah.
technically it's just a worse Valkyria here, right?
It is absolutely.
So maybe at the end we can cut it later. But now it's not bad to start with. Just have more copies.
Mm-hmm.
So well, first of all, you still have to think what kind of things you want to do after you battery Valkyrie, right?
Mm-hmm.
So battery Valkyrie, you banish Roar,
Yep.
and Roar is gonna give you a dark.
Yeah.
Battery gonna give you a token.
Yep.
What can you do after with 4 monsters now?
Well, I think you can like that. Like, are we trying to go towards Anaconda with this play later on?
Depends.
Or
Depends what kind of ending board you want to do.
that's true.
Don't limit yourself to like what kind of thing you want to end with first. Think about what kind of thing you can do step by step.
Yeah. Uh, well, see, the fear is still what's actually blocking me from thinking ahead is that I'm scared of Nibiru here. Still,
Yeah,
it's like
that's an issue. The best way to play around the bureau here is let me see, because
trying to
I don't
think.
think Appaloosa can be used as token, right?
Yeah.
So the best thing, if you're really scared Nibiru, you can link the token into Link Revo, link everything into Appaloosa. But you have afterwards, was you already use 2 card. Dark
Yeah.
can search either a Hawk or you won't have enough for Thunder Dragon Fusion.
Yes.
So it will only search you a Hawk, will search you a duel that's like another monster. You end it
Well,
with Appaloosa plus another monster, that's it.
yeah. Like you can go for the fusion's not really the worry, right? Because like we can always try to go for Predaplant to get the fusion later on.
Yeah.
Like he would be our like kind of last
If you
uh
even want to
last
summon the fusion, that's the point.
yes.
Because in order for Titan to be effective, you need to have like a matrix or a
At
dot
least
in your hand.
yeah. If
Which
you don't got nothing to stop on your opponent's turn, then
yeah,
the Titan's kind of useless. He's just
yeah.
sitting there as a big body.
It's just a big body. It's like the same as the Nibiru token here, right?
Yeah.
It's like when people I've seen a couple people try to think combo thunder.
Mm-hmm.
majority of them just decide to just cut Titan because it's not really it's hard to make it effective.
Right. Yeah. Like, and I mean, granted that with Verte is easy to access
Hmm.
him, like without actually going out of your way, but
Yeah.
still, it just comes down to you still having the thunder targets that can activate on your opponent's turn. The
Hmm.
only ones that can interact is the Matrix and Dark. That's it. So.
Yeah. Also, itself doesn't survive from battle. Like
Yeah.
Colossus can survive from any destruction. So
Oh
it's
yeah,
like it's not really worth to
the
get to
Colossus
summon
is
a
very
thunder.
easy to summon too.
Yeah. Like if you really want to build a Thunder Dragon deck based on Titan, there's other ways. You can make just like your goal is not only make Titan and have some maybe what back rows
Yeah,
traps to support it.
I don't
That
think
could be a different route for it.
yeah. The modern, I would say the modern Thunder deck, I probably wouldn't like say like with the way you're describing the game and stuff now,
Mhm.
like it's looking like Titan can't like really last as much, So our goal needs to be oriented towards something else now.
Maybe that could be an idea. Like I actually build both ways, and seems fine.
Like you would still run Titan, okay? Of course, you don't like completely cut
Depends.
it.
Depends. Like, what's the
Depends.
reason to like really run Titan in the combo Thunder deck,
That is true. Yeah.
right?
I mean, we don't have the reason I was thinking like we should still run Titan is because there's like cards that of course support him, like that make like you're of course you're running the Thunder deck, but I think if you don't run Matrix in your list, then I think there will be no point in running him anymore.
Yeah, but it's like you see everyone's running O line in their deck, right?
Yes.
I mean, they will almost never think about putting more Mecha Phantom Beasts in the deck, even though
Yes.
it's an O line or Rorodon theme kind of
Of course.
combo, right?
Yeah.
It's just like it's possible. Like obviously, Aurorodon can summon you any possible Mecha Phantom Beast monster you want. But why would you do that? Like the only way you really running a different one is you running the one that combo with 0001.
I see one guy is saying
Yeah,
like, what about Rafflesia? Like that's
Reflection is a good one. It can stop you. It's a rank four.
yeah.
That can let me trap tricks. It's a rank four that can help
We could,
you just dodge Nibiru because we have the new trap hole.
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
That one is really
Mm-hmm.
strong.
But think about it. If you, because now the only level 4 on your
You got
board
on the
is Valk and Battery, right?
yeah.
If he exceeds those two into a Refresia, what you're gonna
Yeah.
do is the Dark and the Token. Make an IP pass.
Yeah, that's the problem that with the Rafflesia. I
Yeah.
think you would have to like you would have to summon it in a point where like you're already deep into your combo, and
Yeah.
then there's just extra material lying around, that you
Probably.
could use. But I don't think with the way the deck is, we're trying to build it. We can just have extra material lying around where we can just overlay two level fours.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think the deck is at the level yet.
Yes.
Well, there's the downside for these kind of decks is just that they are bad because they cannot dodge Nibiru. That's just a sad fact for some decks. It's like
Yes.
Salad, they good? Is the engine good? The engine's very good for like
Yeah.
all the one car starters.
Right.
However, how do they deal with Nibiru? They have almost absolutely no way to do it.
No way to. Yes. Exactly.
Like there are ways to also refrigerate into Gravy Digger Trapo, I think.
Yeah.
But it's not even a reliable way because after they're doing that, they don't have anything afterwards.
I think yeah, exactly. What we're trying to do is like we're trying to have backup plans just in case
Yeah,
those hand traps get played on us. Of
yeah.
course, Nibiru would be a wipeout. So if
Hmm.
like I noticed that when I was doing my research while I'm trying to come back in the game,
Hmm.
I saw some other decks. I just saw some videos and stuff on YouTube, and I saw like how some decks could just recover after Nibiru. Like they just
Yeah.
had secondary plans. So like
They usually just put like make a negate in the middle and have a backup plan
yeah,
after.
and like a Herald of Arclight or
Yeah.
something.
Hmm.
Just like
They usually just force Nibiru. However, the decks who's able to do that, that's why they're good. That's why they're topping.
That's why. Yeah.
This one isn't. So there's another way to think about it.
Yeah.
Is let's just don't care about Nibiru. If they have it, we die.
Yeah.
But because we can't deal with it, so we're just only betting the chance of them not having it.
Yeah. Of course. If they had it, they had it. You know.
Yeah, if they
So
had it, they had it. If they don't, all right, we combo.
yeah.
Yeah. So I guess we go back. Just first of all, forget about everything about Nibiru.
Yep.
Let's
We'll
just
forget.
go back to what can you do with Battery, Valkyrie, Dark, and Token.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So, well, you have four monsters now,
Hmm.
right?
Technically five because Dark are gonna give you like either a duel or Hawk. So technically you have
Okay.
five monsters.
Cards alone, you technically got five monsters.
Yeah,
So,
and three more cards in hand.
yes, absolutely. Um, Now I'm thinking to myself, like, all right, if you're not being scared of Nibiru as much,
Hmm.
uh, would it be like good to start, thinking of like, going into like Skull Dread or something anymore? Like, I don't know how effective Skull Dread would be in this. Um,
Skuldra, yes. Like if you go into Skuldra, but after Skuldra, what you rely on? What you trying to do after Skuldra? You're trying to draw like a
like,
dragon to like do the guard
yeah,
raps, right?
and yes, exactly.
Yeah,
Like I
but
think it would be like pretty much like you have the skull drag, um, but then you have to like of course you would if you're still running the guard dragon combo, then I guess you would start like digging for your dragons, right? Like you would want like a dragon like light or dark or
hmm.
anything. Um, that's what I'm actually trying to think. Like what other dragons could be viable, to make it a guard dragon combo after that.
See, you do have a good route,
Hmm.
but uh, but it's not a like not a guarantee one because you have to digging for cards.
Of
What if
course.
you just didn't get it? What if like you end with saying, "Oh, I could just put in a lot of dragons in the deck, make a
Yeah.
dragon deck, then end with cutting the thunders. Now I play Dragon Links, right?"
Then it'd be yeah, then it'd be Dragon Link at that point exactly.
So
I can't make the deck like it used to be in Magic.
yeah. So
Uh,
what if I tell you you
yeah.
already have a guaranteed dragons?
How so?
Think about it.
Just trying to think.
Think about a card pool. Think about we have go over.
Uh, um. Well, of course, like Reproducus can make it a guarantee.
Yeah, you get the point.
Yep.
You already have four. You already have four monsters. Two of them can be a dragon. Oh,
Yep.
two of them can be Repro. Turn the third one into a dragon.
Of
Then you can
course.
use the fourth one for with the Repro to turn on the arrows for LP.
There you go. Yep.
So see, we already have things. We don't need to dig into. We don't need to add more uncertain factor into the equation
You
to
want
make it.
guarantee.
Yeah, we already guarantee have something here.
Yeah. Yeah. Why need a like? Yeah. Exactly. I don't like relying on that kind of strategy, anyways. Like
Yeah, right.
digging for the cards, and then if you get it, you get it. If not, then you stop your turn. That's not the way you want to
Mhm.
play.
There's even another path you can
Yeah.
think, which is battery is a thunder,
Yes.
Valkyrie is a fairy. So
Very.
here you have two light monster with two different types,
Uh-huh.
and you have a dark and you have a token with it.
Yep.
Are you following what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. So you have three light type monsters, right? Still on board
You
because
have
and then
two dark, you have two light,
two
and
light.
the
Is
dark and the token.
the solar tokens a light though, right?
The token is a light, but it's another thunder.
Oh, okay. I see what you're trying to say. I see it. Oh, okay. The curious, of
Yeah,
course.
right. It requires three monsters, same attribute with different types. You already have two of them.
You know?
So as long as you're able to maybe link the last two into another like light monster but different than thunder or fairy,
Hmm.
you can also resolve curious.
Of course.
Right? That's another path to think. But that's like different than what we the other paths we talk about, just
What?
repro to
Um,
things dragon.
Not to interrupt you, but
Hmm.
I was going to say the curious. What would you send with them though?
That's
Like, would
another
you? Like,
that's just another topic we have to go after that if we
of
do
course.
curious, right? But think about it first. How are you getting curious? That's another one because we're missing a light monster.
Yes. Because you need three monsters with the same attribute. Yeah.
but different types.
Yep. But different types at the same
Yeah.
time.
There's no link ones. Well, technically there is.
Would the Nemesis monsters be like something that we can play in? But the problem is that the
Well,
attribute changes,
well, we're
right?
still trying to figure out that within this two card combo, what can you do?
Yes.
Well, we still have three more cards in hand, though we're just not trying to factor these into it.
Yeah. Oh, Nekroz.
Yeah,
Oops.
link cross is one, which is easy. It's another. It's just a link two here.
Yeah.
So you can go like dark and the token into any link two, then use the link two into link cross. Now you have three monsters with different types.
Yep.
Yep. But then there's another question. Now you have curious and two link cross token. What are you
Yep.
sending with curious? What are you gonna do after you send?
After you send with Curious.
Yeah.
Um. Good question. Let's see. Because he's a link three right
Mm-hmm.
there. So, and he has like two arrows.
Yes.
So I'm trying to think like where we can go with this. Is there is there a way we could have like facilitated into any guard dragon combo at all? I'm trying. That's what. Oh,
Mm, from this pass, probably not.
how you don't.
Or maybe you'll then you have to like think of what you can mill, and if you want to access a dragon that way, maybe it's even
Oh,
more efficient to start with Repro, turn something to dragon, right?
of course. Yeah. Well, one thing I've noticed in the past, like most people that played Curious, also play the Nightmare Griffin with it.
Ah, so at that point you're trying to curious send like Imperial Order.
Yeah, so you would need to like run a card, of course, in your deck that you
Hmm.
can just guaranteed access to, right?
Yes, yes.
Like a trap card of some sort. Like maybe
Hmm.
if it's a spell heavy format, I don't know what the current format really is, but based on what you're saying, it is a more monster heavy. So like I guess like setting like a summon limit or something like that.
That could be. That could be a possible one.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, like, what you so now you have
But but we have to
curious. Maybe you
combo.
send a floodgate. You have two more trap. You have two more tokens. You're
Yeah,
kind of just stuck there here, right? Because you have nothing
yeah,
else to make.
that's the problem. Yeah, because and if I made Griffin, then it will lock me up too.
You can't even make Griffin because the tokens can't even be used as link material. They're from link cross.
Yeah, exactly. You
Yeah,
would need something else.
yeah,
That's the problem. And then
yeah.
just with those two cards alone, um, yeah, I don't know what to do after
You
Curious.
can. There's like one thing you can do, which that's being abused in the format, is you send Jet Synchron and Jet come back. You can do some synchro plays.
Yeah,
You can maybe go like Formula Marcher. Now you have quite amount of tokens on the board.
right.
Oh no, quite amount of synchro monster on the board, right?
Hmm.
So Link, so gonna go Curious, maybe send Jet, and Jet come back, sync with one token into Formula,
Hmm.
Formula and the other token into Marcher. Now you have two synchro tuners with Curious.
So
What,
you're
what's up?
saying send a Jet Synchron, right?
Yeah, send Jet Synchron.
Okay, okay,
Jet come back. Now you have like three level ones, right?
right. Of
One
course.
plus one to two, then two plus one to three. Three bring two back.
Oh, wow. I like where this is going. Right. Can you make Herald of Arclight at all?
I think you nah. At that, if you want to make a herald, you need to able to get a level two tuner on the board
Ah, yes.
instead of jet, which
What about
technically is possible. Um, if you run, if now you have to run garnets. If you send Carbonadon with Curious, you can now grab a level two dragon tuner like Galaxy Serpent.
mhm,
So you just Curious, send the summon a level two, two plus one to three, three bring two back, then three plus one to four. Now you have an Arclight, Serpent, and Curious on the board.
Arclight Serpent? Yeah.
Yeah, because like let me see, let me just use it. So these two gonna be into a link two then into cross, summon two tokens. And these three gonna right? Curious Valve battery into Curious.
Yeah.
Curious gonna send the Carbonodon, then summon Serpent.
Mm-hmm.
And these two gonna sync into Marcher. Marcher gonna bring back Serpent.
Yeah.
And Marcher and Token gonna go into Arclight. This is your current board right now. But what are you gonna do afterwards? Like a fiber, a fiber into a Rodon? That could be a choice.
Oh, yeah, I see where you're going. Yeah, well, how would you even make the fiber? You need the water type monster too, right?
No, no, you fiber. You need tuner plus two monster and a tuner.
Oh, yeah. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
Got it. Yeah, you
Aurora.
need.
Aurora require two plus machine, so you just fiber some out, maybe a second jet, and you get
There
there.
you go. Yeah.
But then you just turn everything into it. Like maybe then we clearly just don't need to do all the danger thunder shit, or not even danger yet. Just we don't even need to do any danger thing, right?
Yeah. No.
we
No.
can do we could do like we went through curious to get to what a single jet synchron can do, pretty
Right.
much.
Yeah, I think it's the problem we're running into is that we already made the curious, we made the arc light, but we don't have enough resources, and we're relying on other cards in our hands to be extenders to be able to, further our combo. You know?
I mean, this can already get you a lot. Like Curious and Serpent can go into Fiber, Fiber summon Despot, and Despot and the Fiber into
Yeah,
Aurora, Aurora some three tokens, then
yeah,
summon Despot back. Let me see. At this
yeah.
point, there's
Packaging.
Aurora, and there's a one board.
Do we go for carrier at any point?
At this combo, probably not, because I don't see it's possible to make carrier.
Okay.
Yeah. So if your goal is to make Aurora down, right?
Yeah, like exactly. Like
Then there's tokens.
and I think it's that new synchro monster, right? I heard about it. I don't know its effects, so
Which
pardon
one?
my ignorance about it. It's the crocodile, I think.
Ah, the Cockle Dragon. Yeah, that's a decent one.
Yeah,
Because now you can go like, let me see, token or like token Aurora can just be O line. Then you have this is let me see, one, two, three, three. This can be a five. O line and the token can go into what's called what's the name?
well,
Oh,
all lines two, right?
O line is a two. O line and token can go into Rose Maiden.
What level is the token for Nekroz?
Three. Well, all the link cross tokens are gone.
Okay, well, what level is this token?
Three from Aurora. It's a Mecha Phantom Beast token.
Oh, yes. Okay. So you can, yeah, the Rose Maiden, yeah.
Yeah,
I heard,
Rose Maiden. Then Olan gonna give you another token.
mhm.
Despot
Does
and
the What's this Rose Maiden do again? I apologize. I
Alright,
don't know.
cool. So this is another like Aurora combo.
Okay.
Uh, this one.
Yeah, check it out. Dragon Rose Maiden. Okay, I see. I
Yeah,
see.
that's probably some basic info I have to cover at the beginning.
Yeah.
So
Uh,
yeah, so Rose Maiden and Despot, you can use these two into Coral. You know Coral Dragon?
yeah, the Synchro monster, right?
Yeah,
I
this
forgot
one.
its effect actually. What it did.
Uh, well, first of all, it's probably won't common because you go first. You pitch your
Right.
card in your hand to pop a card on the field, on your
Oh,
opponent's field.
okay.
The second effect is if there's synchro on the card sent to graveyard, you get to draw a card.
Oh, I see. The big part. I forgot about it.
Yeah,
She's actually a tuner.
yeah. Also, yeah, it's a tuner.
Yeah.
So it's also a target for Rose Dragon because you can banish Rose Maiden. You can
Yeah.
banish Rose Maiden in the graveyard to bring back Coral Dragon.
So can we somehow, once we go into Coral Dragon, is there any way to go into Savage at all?
Nah, probably. But you already have Arclight. That's a savage.
Oh, true, true.
So like Coral and the token here
Okay.
can go into Croco Dragon.
Yeah.
That will Croco will draw your card. Coral gonna draw your card, so that's a +2.
Hmm.
Then Rose Maiden in the graveyard gonna banish itself, summon Coral back.
Yeah. What did the Croco do again? I heard about him, I just don't
Cool.
know his
Sure.
effect. Sorry, I'm making you go
It's
back.
fine. It's fine. This one.
Yeah. The
Um,
Croco.
yeah. It gains 500
Yeah.
attack and defense for
Yeah.
each cards in your hand.
Okay.
And if there's synchro summon, you draw cards equal to the non-tuner parts in the material.
Oh, okay. That's actually really, yeah, that's great.
Yeah, and you can discard two to pop a card on the field.
Yeah, so like this kind of refills your hand in a way.
Yes.
And I mean, I think the big thing is the quick effect too. Like I mean,
Yeah.
if it does come down to it on your opponent's turn, you could
Hmm.
interact with them by just like
Yeah.
messing up their combo or destroying
Hmm.
something.
This is actually just like another different way to. It's another like typical Aurora combo, which is making VFD.
Right.
Like now you can Rose Maiden bring Coral back, Corin the token into another level 9.
Hmm.
Uh, and now you have Croco Dragon, another level 9 synchro. That's a VFD
Hmm.
with the Arclight, right?
Yeah, the level 9 synchro, of
Yeah.
course.
So technically, we used Battery plus Valkyrie. We ended with VFD Arclight,
VFDR.
and we also +2 in hand. Well, technically, no, +3 because you also searched a Hawk in the middle. With
Yep.
Dark, we just skipped it.
Right. Yeah, and this was all off of 2 cards, so
Yes.
that's just amazing. Absolutely.
But do you feel something weird here?
Something weird like about the end board.
About the whole steps. How about everything in the middle? Do you feel anything weird?
Let me see. So what is our current board? Just the Arclight and VFD, right?
Arclight VFD, we have 6 card in hand. Three at the beginning, 2 card we drew later, and a Hawk we search in the middle.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah. Like I mean, we just ended with the 2 monster, right? That's it.
Yeah, but the two monsters, like VFD is most likely passing because Arclight.
Yeah. I mean, let's. I'm trying to think now. Okay, what did we actually get to search from the combo now? Like when this all happened, right? We
Mhm.
our what was our dark search?
Dark search the either Hawk or Duel that wasn't being used at all in the later combo.
Oh, okay, okay. So it's not like we're gonna just throw one of the dark targets on the field.
Yeah. So the weird part in the middle here is like, why were we using Thunder Dragons to do these?
That is a very good question. Yeah,
Yeah, like
exactly.
we could just build a simple
Stage.
fiber deck. Maybe do the same thing
In
with
that point, we could just want like I
yeah.
that
Why we have
was
to go through like
destined.
Solar Valkyrie, these kind of cards to do things when we're like already been doing, right?
Yeah, what are we exactly like?
Yeah.
I granted I understand that
Hmm.
the thunder monsters were just like an extra, like
Hmm.
extra thing, but like we're not really doing anything but them being just like something we
Hmm.
get more effects off of. That's all.
Yeah, it's like we can clearly do the same thing
Yeah,
without these cards.
yeah. Without the thunder core itself.
Yeah. Let me put all the
Would-
necessary things in the list.
are we going towards that direction where we're just kind of we
See,
can kind of move the
this does look like very good, but at the same time, um, it's like maybe this is a very good way. It's not, but if you look backwards, it's not the most efficient to get there by using the cards we started with.
of course,
So
yeah,
maybe there's another different routes we can do at the very beginning. Just a completely different route.
yes.
Let
I saw
me.
that one guy commented saying
Mhm.
like Arclight can like destroy the combo.
I don't think Arclight do anything here because you make Curious, then you make Arclight. Then you make fiber, fiber. Then you make fiber. Then you make aurora. Yeah, you don't pitch anything from your hand or mill anything after make arclight.
Yeah,
Because the only thing you do after arclight is to make a fiber, make aurora, synchro summon. That's it.
true. There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not like it's not gonna really stop us.
Hmm. So let me see. Let's add everything together. I mean, it's still a good idea.
Yeah, it is for sure.
Hmm.
But like, we're not really utilizing the Thunder package to its max. Like like
Yeah.
ending like Titan or anything
Hmm.
like that.
We don't
So it's
even
not like
like ending title or not is still even a question, to be honest.
exactly.
Yeah. So make a link to. Let's put a phoenix here.
It's
um,
like the Thunder cards are all they're being here are extenders.
hmm.
That's all they're being here.
We also just didn't even go through the guard dragons. Just like we don't even need it. Make curious, send carbon along,
Just
summon
thinking, like,
serpent.
the
Uh,
way we're shaping the deck, we could
yeah,
be
sync for
doing
two. Oh, wait, send. Oh, we don't even need these. Send jet, send jet, then sync for two. Sync. No, I have to send two. Uh, 001. So send two, some two, two, three, four, arclight, then going to fiber, aurora, O-lines here, make rose, and the level 9 probably vermilion. These are just known information. Then make a VFD,
yeah,
calamity. Cool. So we have like one thought here, but
yeah,
I'll say it's probably even failed because we clearly didn't even need the thunder cards.
yeah. Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
So let me save this as a
um,
version
like
2 here.
it's not like we're really
Using the thunder cards, right?
yeah, exactly. All they're being here is just extra. Like the solar is just interacting with the roar in a way by
Mm-hmm.
just producing that extra token and just giving us more materials to work with. But we're not like truly using like the thunder cards to their like their boss monster or anything like that.
Mm-hmm. So I guess maybe we can do a different route.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just delete everything
Mm-hmm.
and start it with what we started.
Okay.
So go back to the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
We started with battery,
Chaos Valkyrie, right?
Valkyrie. Then we summon the dark and the token. What can you do here? Let's come back to the
Yeah.
beginning.
So you got those five monsters.
Yes, four plus one. We're gonna search later.
Four plus one, right? Mm-hmm. So we have to take a different approach at this.
Hmm. See, you still trying to like, you still want to have what result the guard dragons?
Well, I was, yeah, I was thinking about it. Now that we're like, thinking that, because initially when I was making the deck, right, I
Hmm.
was thinking like to myself, like, okay, maybe Titan is a must. I must run Titan because I'm running Thunder Dragons. But now that
Hmm.
we're going this route, I think I'm trying to brainstorm different ideas.
Yeah,
What
we've already kind of proved Titan sucks. We don't need
Titan stuff?
it.
Yeah. So like, well, okay, you got these four monsters on
Hmm.
the field. Um, if we're trying to go to the guard dragon route,
Yes,
we we need
we
a
need a
level.
dragon at some point.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Uh, we can. All right, so the battery man is a level four monster, right?
Hmm.
Level four. Valkyria is level four, right? So
Hmm.
she's level four, and then
Yes,
Dark is level five, and the
yes.
token. Yeah, yeah. So if we can make Reproductus, like
Hmm.
somehow. If we make Reproducus with Dark in the token,
Yep.
or can we make it with them? Or no?
Yeah, Repro requires any two monster, I think.
Any two monsters. Okay, good. So if we make Repro here,
Hmm.
uh, we get Dark Search, of course. So
Yes.
we can search something that might help us facilitate the combo. Maybe Hawk even. So like,
It will be either a Hawk or Duel. Like those are straight monsters. I
yeah.
mean, that's the
The
only
Hawk,
two
let's
technically.
just search the Hawk in this
Yeah.
case,
Hmm.
just in case we want to go further into a bigger combo.
Yep.
Okay. So we got the Hawk in our hand. Now Repro can make um, Solar or Valkyrie. Sorry, Valkyrie.
Either one. Either one. It's the same now.
Either one, same
Yeah.
thing. Yeah. It can make Valkyrie into a dragon.
Hmm.
Now the battery and the Repro can become into Draco Tenny. The
Yes.
yeah, so we can make that would give us three zones pointing to do our combo.
Hmm.
And plus, of course, we already have the dragon now because Valkyrie's the dragon.
Yes.
Yeah. So all right, we made the Tenny. The Valkyrie can now become an LP,
Yep.
right? So and LP can grab us. Like if we're still running Brotor in our deck,
Hmm.
we can grab Brotor.
Hmm.
Unless there's a better dragon option. Like of course, like like of course Destrudo is banned now.
Yeah, that's real banned.
So,
If the Shooter isn't banned, I can tell you there's something cool you can do it.
yeah, we can
You
do
can just you can
cool.
make a if the shooter isn't banned, there's like a universal combo where is
Yeah,
you make a curious by any possible
exactly.
way. You curious summon three tokens and summon the shooter back from the curious. Then you have an
Ex-
instant Crocodile Dragon draw three.
right,
Yeah.
exactly. And the simple fact that he was a tuner is just insane.
Yes.
But R.I.P. to him. We're gonna go to Brotor as our
Hmm.
next best option.
Yep.
All right, Brotor got summoned. Any this you can have any card in your hand that you don't really like, I guess,
Yeah.
or you could just pitch it. And I guess the best search there's two searches we can really go for, right?
Hmm.
We can go for Brotor has targeted a dragon, obviously.
Hmm.
Now we can search Chaos Dragon Levianeer, or we can search the Chaos Emperor, the prize card. You know,
Hmm.
but like I'm just trying to think if I go for the prize card, you know, like the Chaos
Yeah.
Armageddon.
There's nothing to banish power right now.
Exactly. So like I think Levianeer would still be our go-to here.
Hmm.
Okay. So we have Levianeer in our hand now,
So let me
and Hawk.
see. 10.
Levianeer and Hawk we know for sure we have.
Yes.
Okay.
Rotor, and we have Loving Hand.
Yes.
Uh,
So the LP
minus
Brotor.
one plus Hawk and Levy. Cool.
Mhm. Now Brotor can become into the other guard dragon, of course,
Yep,
Pisty.
Pisty.
Yep. So that puts Brotor. And what's our graveyard like at this point?
Graveyard should be Battery, Valk, Dark, then Repodocus.
Okay, Repro's a Earth type, right?
Repo's the Earth, yes.
Do we have three darks at this point?
Uh, let me
The
think. Where
Thunder Dragon,
there's Dark.
Thunder Dragon Lord was actually banished. So
Yeah,
okay. Um, Valkyrie's the dark.
Valkyrie's a light.
Oh, she is light.
Yeah.
So do we have what's our ratio looking like? We have two light monsters.
We have two light, one Earth, and one Dark.
Yeah. So to really resolve his like Levianeers,
I mean, once you link away LP and Pisty, that's two
then you
darks
already
in the
have
grid.
the darks
Yeah,
exactly.
you already have the darks on the board. I mean, you'll pretty much have to link these guard dragons away eventually, 'cause otherwise you lock on dragons.
Of course, of course. Okay, so can we link? Well, of course, before we link or anything, let's just
Hmm.
use Pisty
Hmm.
to revive back the Proto, right?
Yep, that's the only target actually.
Yep. Yeah. So there you go. You got now. Now you have these three monsters on the field. Now we're
Hmm.
thinking what to do after that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Okay. So could we like kind of of course they're all three of them are dragons, you know, and
Hmm. Then the
um,
Tenyi is a worm, I think. Yeah,
Tenny's a worm.
Tenyi's a worm.
Yeah, I meant like the Pisty Brotor
Yeah,
and the
Pissy, Brotor, and the LP.
yeah. So Tenny's the one. Yeah.
Hmm.
So yeah, I could we go for Romulus at all? Yeah.
They can. That's absolutely a good choice.
Yeah. So this is yeah turning into other part of the combo now.
Hmm.
Like of course you would be running Dragon Ravine
Yeah.
in that right. So we can link those two guys off into that. Sure. Then we would still have Brotor,
Hmm.
and of course we're not locked into dragons anymore too.
Yes, correct.
Okay, so so use Romulus's effect, right?
Hmm.
Search the
Search Ravine.
I think you need to discard a card for him.
Yes.
Yeah, so discard a card that you probably don't need as much,
Hmm.
um, and then, or you better yet, you could go for Levianeer first, right?
You could. I mean,
Yeah,
you can just drop Levy at any point. Well,
any.
as soon as you have three dark, you can drop it. It doesn't really make much
You have
difference.
three dogs in this case already.
Yeah, there's like more than there's LP Pisty and Thunder Dragon
Uh,
Dark in the graveyard.
unless we're trying to use Levianeer for the revival effect somehow for this
I don't think you're able to get three light. There's
place.
Battery and Valk unless you link away the Tangy.
Tenny, yeah.
Yeah, but
Uh,
at the same time,
what would you make it for? Yeah, exactly. What would you link off the Tenny into though?
that's another question, right?
I'm
But
trying
it's
to
like
think.
even you summon Levy with three light, what are you gonna revive here?
Right. That's a good question. I mean, there's nothing really to like
Hmm.
unless we're thinking of whatever we're gonna revive. We have to think like what we're gonna make it that
Yes,
much into.
yes.
At the moment, I'm drawing a blank on that. Yeah, sure.
Need some help or need some ideas?
Absolutely. Yeah,
Uh, think
I get
yeah,
the like, but I definitely know what with the darks we're good. You know, at least with the darks we're gonna be able to take a card out of their
yeah.
hand.
Like going first, you most likely want to just Levy rip a card. So assuming we drop Levy already, right?
Yeah, of
So
course.
banish probably gonna be LP Pisty
Um,
and
what is Romulus' second effect again?
uh not really happening. It's
Uh,
whenever a monster summoned to from your extra deck, summon
yeah.
to where this card point to.
Okay, that's not gonna happen
Yeah,
already.
right. We didn't even make it on the top.
Yeah, exactly. No need to mention him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he needs to be literally in the extra monster zone for that
Yes.
to happen. And that, all right, so um,
Well, think
yeah,
about it. You have Ravine, which is like the last
very good.
surged uncertainty card. Like, what can you send with Ravine here? That's actually beneficial for you.
Very good question. Yeah. Well, Ravine can send any dragon of our
Yes.
choice.
Yes.
So I'm thinking like, see, back then we had Colossus, right?
Yeah.
So like we were able to make Darkest Diablos. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Mm-hmm. Right.
now if we were to send him somehow, like, but what would we do to revive him back? You
You
know,
have to tribute something, right? I don't think anything tributes here.
nothing tributes now.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think like what other dragon would we run in our deck to
Mm-hmm.
uh, make this. I mean, we could run Tempest in our deck,
What's Tempest gonna do
but
after
but,
some?
but we don't have as much wins and stuff, right?
We
How are we
also
gonna?
don't even have that many dragons. We don't have wind at all. We don't even have any dragons because all the dragons banished by 4 levy already.
Of course, exactly for living, right? And plus, what do you do after summoning Tempest,
Yeah, right.
anyways?
It's a garnet there.
Yeah, yeah. Um, I'm trying to. I'm just trying to think what other dragon could we incorporate. Um,
You can send a
what?
10,000 dragon and show and flex on an
What?
opponent.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what other dragons have like graveyard effects that we can use.
There's one, or at least one that I know of, which is let me get to it. Uh, I mean, I think you sending 10,000 dragon and flex on an opponent still sounds pretty decent.
Unfortunately, Diablo is out of the equation.
Right. There's this
Uh,
one, the Galactic Spiral Dragon.
oh, okay. Yeah, of course, forgot about that
Yeah.
guy. And we'll definitely
Hmm.
we'll control two or more lights.
Yeah. You already have Levy and Brotor on the field already.
Yeah, that's already enough.
Yeah.
It,
Or
it's
you can.
like
There's another
Lord.
choice. You can send just the rocket route. You send router.
We were just making it the Dragon Link now,
Yeah, I guess so, right?
huh? um, first.
So if you make Spiral Dragon, if you send Spiral Dragon, right? You already have its requirements. So Spiral Dragon is summoned. Now you have three monsters
Yep.
plus Tenyi and Romulus and a
Right.
Hawking hand.
In the Hawk area. Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. So now what can we do after that? That's
Yeah,
the
right.
question. Um. Yeah. So that's our board right now.
Hmm.
We still have the tiny.
Yep.
Let's see. Spiral is a Yeah. It's, of course.
It's a dragon. It's a dragon. It's a
Yeah.
level 8. It has a FUT to turn
Can
everything to
we?
level 8.
Yeah. Can we overlay them into? Well, of course, game 2 and 3. We might. Do any decks summon from the graveyard and stuff a lot? We could probably run Sanafon in our deck, but um, if not, then Hall Wolf Harbinger could be an option, right?
Yeah, these are actually the very good choices for rank 8s.
Yeah.
Uh,
The other one is like the
yeah.
Lancelot.
Hmm. I mean, there are like quite a good
I
amount
do
of rank A's you can choose. There's Zombie Stein.
um,
There's a whole like uh Photon
I
Dragon
don't know
package.
if Felgrand is, but
Yeah, Falcon is kind of not like outdated already.
yeah,
Yeah, like Hope Harbinger is probably just the best one.
of course.
The second one could be Xenophon. Even you
Santa
make want to make a ding, it's also a possible one, right?
Santa would be very good versus
Yeah.
the specific decks though.
Hmm.
Like like against Salad for example.
Yeah. Or just Photon Lord is another one.
Photon Board, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that yeah, of course that monster.
Hmm.
I heard about it. What can I read his effect real quick?
Yeah. So if it has photon cards as a material, it cannot be destroyed by card effect. So that part never happened.
That's not
You can use one of each effect. The first one is whenever your opponent activate monster effect, you can detach a material, negate the activation, or negate the effect. And if you detach a galaxy card, you can destroy it after that.
okay. Well,
So
here
it
we go.
just pretty much you
That spiral
detach and
thingy,
negate it.
Galaxy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And the second part is also involving like photon or galaxy cards. So that also never happened.
yeah.
So it's pretty much just a rank A. You can detach one to negate a monster effect. It doesn't
Yeah,
destroy it.
which is very strong in this meta, right?
It also has a 3K defense, which is pretty good.
Which is really strong. Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's not like they can bowl sword over it or anything
Hmm.
like that. I mean,
Yeah.
they can, but like at least you won't get OTK'd, right?
Yeah.
Is bowl sword still a threat nowadays? I'm sorry.
I think the biggest threat now is Access Code Talker.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's that monster do again?
Wait, Access?
Yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't read
That's
it.
fine. This is probably like this is probably something you should know.
This is what happens when you don't play the game.
This is like the new Boris Sword, technically.
Okay. Oh, okay. Let's check this out.
It's absurd. You could just read it by yourself. You would
Uh,
know how crazy the tour is.
you can banish one monster from your field or graveyard, destroy one card. Um, oh my god, that's actually busted.
Yeah.
That's insane. You could actually destroy an entire board almost.
Also remember this: the first line that says your opponent cannot activate card effect in response to this
That's
card's effect. It applies to both effects.
permanency. That's what I'm just looking at. That's insane.
Yeah, imagine you have a dark arm that's the link for
Yeah,
and can be used up to 6 times a turn and cannot be responded.
yeah, that's absolutely insane. Absolutely
Yeah.
insane.
Also, if you use a link 3 to summon it, it's 53.
Okay, so yeah, of course, if don't have to fear his Boros Sword as much because this guy can pretty much nuke boards before they even
Yeah.
begin.
Borstor is still being played if it's like you have a guard dragon lock on the board. You
Yeah,
can only summon dragons. At that point, Borsor is still better.
Of course,
Yeah.
of course. Okay, so I mean, that's obviously a threat. So
hmm
I think yeah, we would make Photon Lord in our current board, right? Or
Photon Lord cannot even respond to it.
say it again.
Photon Lord cannot respond to Axis Kotak.
Oh yes, yes, that's yeah. I know that, but I'm saying like, would it make sense to overlay into him still, just because he's our better
Uh,
option?
I think you can still go into Sanafon.
True. Is the but is the majority of the decks like summoning from the graveyard still?
Mm, some of them are.
Yeah,
Like
but other
whenever
people,
it's a fiber deck, it's usually involving the graveyard as well.
yeah, and exactly, and he's not, he can't die either, right?
Yeah, it cannot be destroyed by card effect after you use its effect.
Yeah,
So
and
it's
plus he's
usually
gonna be
getting
really,
pretty big. Yeah,
he's gonna be very huge.
yeah. So I think like the best target is probably just like Hope Harbinger and Sanafon.
Yeah, that's the only two.
Yeah.
Right?
But think about it, you still have a hawk on the board, a hawking hand that could
Okay,
be a
yeah.
monster,
So
right?
before we overlay, we gotta think like what
Yeah.
else can we do?
You still so technically if you use hawk here, right?
Yes.
You're gonna bring back like a roar. Now
Yeah.
you have four monsters again plus two
Yeah.
links.
Right.
Well, first of all, what we're gonna do is these two link monster. That's just
The
doing nothing here, right?
what is it? Tenny and the Romulus,
Tenyi
right?
and Romulus.
Okay. So we gotta make them into something.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think now. Could we make a two card Appaloosa even?
Yeah, you
If it came
can.
down,
Yeah, you can. It's
you know?
absolutely. It's probably actually just the best choice here.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like this, he's level 3. It's not like we're gonna be able to
hmm
go three card Appaloosa,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
I mean, we already special summoned so many things to a point. This Appaloosa is just for your opponent's turn. It's not for like defending the hand traps.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty
it's
much.
like if they have, they most likely already used.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's also just not even other like the other possible one is like Griffin, but there's no spell trap in the graveyard at this point.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
So
definitely.
now let's just make these two into an Appaloosa. Now we back to like the very beginning. We have four monsters.
Yes.
One of them can turn everything into level 8. What do you want to do with these?
Right. So
They
this is the
all dragon, thunder,
dragon.
dragon, and they all dark.
They're
Well,
all
wait,
dark.
Spiral's also dark. Yeah, they all dark.
We cannot make the curious though, unfortunately, right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
we need a
okay,
third different type.
yeah.
That's sad. All right. So let me think. Let me roll. Well, I mean, we can start overlaying and stuff.
Yeah, we can like one thing you can do here. Obviously, you have four monsters. You can just make two rank 8. It will be like Hope Harbinger plus Xenophon.
Yeah,
The other way, remember, there's one more thing you were trying to do earlier.
yeah.
Do you remember that?
What I was trying to do.
Yeah.
Well, we were trying to make the level 8, right? I mean,
No.
rank 8.
No.
Right?
Well, we've already done that. There's
Before
another
that.
thing you're trying to do, but you probably didn't remember that.
Trying to remember now. With our current board.
You were trying to make a carrier with Buster Blade.
Oh yes, of course. Yes.
See,
Yes.
you already have the requirement. All of them are dark.
Oh yeah, that's what I was saying. Like before we start XYZ or
hmm
anything, let's think about what
Yeah.
we can link it.
Yeah. So technically, things you can do are like you make two of them into a carrier, you make the
Yes.
other two into Hope Harbinger.
Mm-hmm.
Then you can use carrier effect to equip the Buster Whelp into Hope Harbinger because that's a dragon.
There you go. Yeah. So let's go. Yeah, let's see where that route takes us.
Yeah.
Because we don't want the two level 8 monsters, right?
hmm
We all overlay.
You can either make double rank 8 or you make carrier plus Hope Harbinger.
And I think carrier would be really good because of the fact that the Buster, I mean, was it a Dragon Destruction or whatever?
hmm
That one's pretty much like a floodgate for
Yeah.
the extra deck.
Like Appaloosa gonna turn off 2 monster. Hope Harbinger gonna turn off 1 spell, and Hope Harbinger gonna be able to protect Appaloosa being attacked.
Exactly. That's what I
And
was just.
then
We need Harbinger.
Buster, yeah, the Buster equipped on Hope Harbinger gonna turn off your opponent's extra deck.
There you go. That's it. Yeah.
Hmm.
That's. I think we Harbinger is definitely the go-to.
Yeah. So long story short, we start with Battery, sending Roar. Spanishes summon Valkyrie, summon Dark, summon a token, darken the token into Repro,
Mhm.
then Dark gonna search Hawk, Repro turn like either Valkyrie or Battery into a dragon,
Yep.
link the other one into a Tenyi,
Yep.
turn the dragon monster we change into LP Brotor search Levy, then Brotor into Pisty, summon Brotor back.
Yep.
Link double guard dragon into Rom, search Ravine. Ravine costs another card, send Spiral Dragon. Summon Levy, summon Spiral Dragon. Make make an Appaloosa with the 2 link monster. Make a Hope Harbinger with the two level 8, or anything you want to turn into level 8 with Spiral. You link the other 2 monster into a carrier, equip Buster onto Hope Harbinger.
Yep.
And that's the board. It's a 2 card combo, and with you, Appaloosa, Hope Harbinger, turn off extra deck.
I was thinking something that could we have some like with the Master Rule 5
Hmm.
rule, right?
Yeah.
And everything. Is there any way we could have made hieratic sphere at all in this?
Sphere is usually a no, because they usually conflict with Appaloosa.
Okay, I
Like,
see.
Sphere, you always want to put it on the top, so does
Yeah.
Appaloosa. It's very hard to make an Appaloosa like down there instead of putting it on the top.
Mm. What I was wondering, like, for the Appaloosa, we have to summon it to the extra monster zone, right?
Yeah,
Still.
for the Link monster, yes.
Okay. Okay.
For
So
like
that's
Synchro, Exceeds, and Fusion, you don't.
they can be in the
Hmm.
bottom. Got it. Got
Yeah.
it. All right.
So
So there's no way to make sphere. I can't see it.
mhm.
Okay. Um.
Yeah, there's like you also your top is always it's being the tangy monster. It's a worm.
Yes. So I mean that's but this is a pretty good board. But well, we still have resources
Well,
going on.
technically, there is a way for you to into sphere,
Okay.
which so remember at the very beginning we put a worm on the top, right?
Yes.
If we somehow able to put a dragon instead of the worm on
Sorry,
the top,
spell dragon.
then we were able to link the dragon with Romulus into a sphere.
Of course. But the problem is like the the monster that needs to be a dragon. Like if you could put it at the top, which one would we go for, right?
There is one actually. I figured you probably don't know, so I'll just straight tell you,
Okay.
which is let me see where
The
it is.
newer one,
It's
probably.
this one. It's the Protector Whelp.
Mm-hmm. Check it out.
So it doesn't have any effect. It
Mm-hmm.
does if you go second, you can mill the Buster the extra dialogue one from main deck to
Yeah,
graveyard on summon. But usually going first, you just don't use it. The
of
good
course.
part is it's a generic.
Protector Wolf. What does he do again?
It doesn't. It's just a generic Dragon Link 2 that has arrows.
Oh, okay, got it. Yeah, kind of like how Lance. What was that monster? Never mind. I was thinking of Lane for Incus back then.
Ah, so there is something you can do is let's go back. Remember when you had Repro
Mm-hmm.
and Valkyrie Battery, right?
Right.
If you just Repro first, turn the Valkyrie into a dragon,
Yep.
things you can do is make the Valkyrie into LP first, underneath the Repro, so it pointing to this zone here, right?
Yeah.
Then you link Repro and Battery into the Protector Whelp.
Mm-hmm.
And now Protect has zones like this.
Right.
And LP will be right underneath it like this. So this zone will be the zone for your LP here.
Ah, I see. Okay,
And
so you.
later when you combo, Rom gonna be some here, and these two are actually dragons.
Mm-hmm.
Then you can make a sphere.
Oh, I see. I see.
But then there's like other thing where only the Tenyi guy can do. Is like the Tenyi guy actually has a effect. If you, I don't know if you read it before.
Yeah, I think he can destroy when you have like the non-effect monsters, but
Yeah,
he also can be died by battle with an
yeah.
effect monster.
So the funny part is that if you do the combo right, because LP and Pisty only require level 4 lower dragon monster. It can
Yes,
be a dragon token by the way.
right.
So did you follow what I'm trying to say here?
Okay. Could you
So
repeat
so
that?
what I'm trying to say is it's LP and Pisty only require level 4 lower. That which
Yes.
means it can also be a level 4 lower dragon token.
Oh, I see. I see what you're
So
trying.
yeah, instead of you like keep the link away the token into a repro, you
Yeah.
turn the token into a dragon.
Oh, I
Then
see.
now you link the other monster and the repro into
Yeah.
Draco Master of Tenyi. At this
Right.
point, it filled the requirement where you control Draco Master, no
Yeah.
other effect monster but a token.
Right. Of course.
So you
Yeah.
can actually resolve Draco Master to pop a monster opponent controls. Because
Hmm.
you control one non-FF monster. After that, you can turn that token into an LP.
Got it.
So you
Okay.
get a bonus of that. But if you do that, you're not able to end with Sphere. You have to go into Appaloosa.
Yes, you have to. At
Yeah.
that point, you really do. But Appaloosa would be in the bottom, right? In that
Appaloosa will
case.
be on the top.
Oh, it'd be in the top.
Because at the end, you link away the Tenyi and the Romulus into it.
Of course. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the thing.
So
Like I
it's
was
just,
wondering.
yeah. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
sorry. I was gonna say, is there any way to make the sphere go on the top and Appaloosa on the bottom?
I don't think you're able to do that. It requires like a little bit too much.
Yeah, you would need too much. Yeah, that's
Hmm.
fine.
Uh,
I think our route was going fine.
you can do that, but I don't think you end with like Hope Harbinger.
Yes.
Yeah, so like if you already have Tenyi on the top, Romulus on the bottom, you can make like two monster into carrier first, then you make Appaloosa including the Tenyi next to carrier,
Mhm.
but then you have to link like other things into a sphere on the top.
I mean, we only have one more extender in our hand, right? Because of
Well, no, we use
the
the
hawk.
Hawk to we use the Hawk in order to have enough monster for one rank A and a link two.
Exactly.
So
So
technically at this point we actually don't even have anything. We
you don't even have. Yeah.
actually pitched two because of Ravine and Kotor.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we already used the extender
Yeah.
that we were given. Um. Okay. So like
So
this is our
technically,
board.
yeah. So this is the like our combo we're trying to do here.
Yeah.
Battery plus Valkyrie, and you end it with like probably either Appaloosa or Sphere plus
Mhm.
Hope Harbinger equipped with Buster.
Of course.
Then it's the hard part about deck building.
Yes.
So first of all, I think uh, just think as much as you can. Our combo is battery plus Valkyrie, right?
Right.
What cards are doing the same thing with battery?
As battery man.
Yes.
Well, if
The
you're running a
the one you're sending is Roar.
one you're sending is war.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, so battery is still our starter, right?
Battery is still the best one because it's two monster by itself because they give you a token, right?
Yeah, they
But
do.
that can be factored into like I'll just give you the first answer. That can be factored into like a Armageddonite plus a danger.
That could be anything like that too. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
that's like because Armageddonite sent Roar, danger is another free monster.
Yeah.
So you have the same thing as a battery. But obviously because battery is the best one because it provide both
What
at the same time.
we missing um, in that case is that we wouldn't get the token. That's all.
Yeah, but the token gonna replace by the danger monster if it's just a bottom.
That's, which is true. Yeah. So we don't really need that extra token
Yeah.
to.
You only need a
Um,
token if you're really trying to pop something with Draco Master's second effect. But if you're
okay.
going first, it's the same.
Yeah.
You don't even guarantee no, because like technically you choose one, you probably choose one between these two,
Hmm.
and you choose the other one between these two,
Sure.
right?
Sure. Yeah.
Or actually, you depends on which choice you made from these two. You choose. You can maybe even run both if you run like the protector row.
Do we run lupine at all in this
Hmm.
case?
What?
Do we run aloof lupine at all in this case?
Probably not. Like what you can do is that you like you have
You
to
have to
you
on your
first
deck.
you have to draw a like either raw or dark pretty much, right?
Yeah. You have to open them. That's the sad part. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't benefit in this type of deck.
No, not in this one. Like if you play like a more pure Thunder deck with just Titan control with
Well,
traps,
like
yes,
Matrix.
then that's probably even better than battery.
Yeah. Then it would be amazingly better because of
Yes.
course it's a cost. It's a cost advantage from Hanson. So.
Mm-hmm.
Um. Okay. So like yeah, of course Armageddon Knight's one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I'm trying to think of other monsters that are like of course like we can't benefit from Grapher and stuff in this deck.
Maybe because we still have what 14 cards we can put in. Maybe
Yes.
there's something we will benefit like I just said earlier, dangers, right?
Yes. Dangerous.
So Grapher could be another one that's replacement for battery.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, if you think even like one step further, your goal is to have 4 monsters on the board.
Yes. That's the main
So
goal.
technically, any way to get these 4 monsters will be able to combo.
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah,
And Grapher is a starter too. So yeah.
Grapher is just like probably the worst one out of all these 5 we have, but that's still like a one that
Right.
can pass. I'm trying to say is like, what about um this one, Phantom Skyblaster?
Uh, of course. Yeah.
It's
Skyblast.
being played at the very beginning of Danger Thunder when the
Yes.
deck just started, and
Yes.
that's the reason it got it limited.
Right.
So one thing like we were keep saying dangers. The deck was Danger Thunder, right? So obviously dangers should be possible to be played in the deck.
Of course.
If you special summon a danger already, then you normal Sky Blaster. This will give you 2 more tokens.
Of course. Yeah.
Then you will instantly have 4 monsters.
Yeah. So that's when we can start adding the danger package.
We can add a danger package
Like one of each of the big ones, of course. Nests.
uh nest. So obviously the best trill. Since you already have level A, so maybe some number of
Maybe.
the level A's, and then some number of Chupa and Mossman, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. See then, uh, what's next? What are you trying to think?
Well, I was just thinking to myself for a
Mm-hmm.
second, like, we're if we're running Mothman, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's a level 4 too.
Mm-hmm.
Um, in does any part of our combo can go into Dweller at all?
Um, Probably not, because you only get to level 4s at the very beginning of the combo. At the end of the combo, majority or almost everything gonna be like level 8.
Right. Yeah, that's
If
and
it's not level 8, you're gonna Spiral Dragon turn them into level 8.
exactly. We don't get into level fours.
Yeah. Also, if you make like Xenophon, you pretty much have a Dweller here.
You do. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
In a way.
Like
Yeah,
Xenophon itself is also a dark, so you can also carry equip the Buster on it.
that's true. That is true. Exactly, and we'll lock out the extra deck and the graveyard.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But the only problem is, right? Like,
hmm
do we care about our Appaloosa being attacked over then?
Mm, I mean, if Xenophon's still just gonna force them passing turn, I think just throwing away the Apples will be fine, right?
Which is fine. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Exactly.
if the goal is to like say you can't really play the game past turn,
Exactly.
they beat over the Apples short.
And a lot of the decks summon from graveyard, right?
Let me see. The current format, they mm, Jessing Kron cannot be revived. Martial Metal Marcher cannot even be activated.
Okay.
001 cannot be summoned. In Rockets, this wait, let me check. There's not everything. No, I mean Rock. If they have Block Dragon in the graveyard, that cannot be summoned.
Right.
Yeah, things like those. It's not as much as like the last format or the formats before where Orcus is everywhere.
Somebody saying the maiden thing
Um,
was what do they mean by that one?
what maiden he's talking about? Rose Maiden? Is he like? 20 minutes late from the topic. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It does stop Golden Rose Maiden.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Golden Rose Maiden in Rocky. Yes.
There you go. So let me see which
Hmm.
card that brings you. Oh, one Dragon Synchro. Special. Oh, for the Black Garden card. Yeah.
Yeah. In the graveyard, it banished itself to revive a Rose Dragon in the graveyard.
Yeah. I
Uh,
think
yeah.
it's called White Rose Dragon or something, right?
Yeah. Rose Dragon or Dragon Synchromoth.
Rose Dragon. That's what it's
Yeah.
called.
In my Rocket Bill, I actually play some Rose Dragons,
Okay.
like the white and red Rose Dragon.
Right.
Yeah. Pisty, yeah, Pisty. It does stop Pisty for half, but Pisty can always banish from the can always summon from the banish pile, so it can be played around.
Hmm.
Hmm.
At this point, I was just. This is more of an out
Hmm.
question, but like the dragon. What we're doing in this strategy, right? Is the Dragon Link deck in the similar strategy, pretty much to this?
Dragon Link deck depends how they play. Like the way I played it, it was more secure because I'm making Appaloosa as soon as I can. It's
Exactly.
bypass 5 summons, but if I got Nibiru right before Appaloosa, I will have enough monsters to come back.
To come back. Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's
So
why that deck is just better.
yeah.
Yeah,
So that,
in the other version of people playing the Dragon Link deck, I think they trying to make Arclight at the very beginning.
exactly.
Hmm.
Exactly. Because I was just like kind of thinking to myself uh, like the Dragon Link plays are similar to this, and but they're able to do it while avoiding a lot of things.
Yeah, that's why the Dragon Link deck is better.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I mean, this is kind of turning into like, okay, why are we still running the Thunders, right?
Yes, this is like similar to last year's Nats deck, just a
Yeah,
Danger Thunder combo deck.
exactly, exactly.
So we still haven't finished. We still haven't
Up
completely
to
finished the deck, right?
yeah.
What are you trying to still want to add it to that to help the engine first?
Okay, so we have three. I mean, 3 cards away from 40 at
Well,
this
see,
point.
there are cards like kind of weak, like Thunderbird is not guaranteed, Dark Spear is not guaranteed, Greffer is not guaranteed. Even just like the third Dark, third Roar,
Yeah,
Mossman, those are not even guaranteed cards.
not guaranteed. No.
Yeah. Is it possible to incorporate the VFD combo in this? We've done a VFD combo earlier,
Earlier, yeah.
which involving Curious and Synchro Summon, but we made a conclusion that we if you want to make a VFD, just play a deck that's doing that better.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What we thought about like, cause like it's like VFD, unfortunately, is not the
VFD
beat
is
up the card.
also not an auto win because droplets is coming in the format, as well as more people running like Gamma or Imperm for Zexo. That's also gonna hit, or even Chalice. That's gonna hit VFD pretty hard.
Exactly. It's like with the future cards that are coming out,
Hmm.
yeah, it's definitely
Yeah,
not going to be as like effective as it used to be before.
yeah.
Because before I heard like whenever people play like VFD, it's like oh game, that's it.
Hmm.
You can't like if you don't stop it, then you just don't win.
Yeah.
But
Now
I think
there's
it's around it
hmm
very efficiently.
yeah. Now there's more cards we can add into this deck. See, things you can go. We count on Sekka's Light because obviously Chaos Space is better. We also go through a Ravine.
We make it Dryden, so I'm just joking. uh,
And the things. Oh, start. It's
um,
upstart, right? We play a combo deck. We want to see a pair of like Battery or Valkyrie
yeah,
or replacement of these. So that,
we're making it a 40 card consistent deck,
yeah.
right? But,
Fun fact.
yeah,
Probably didn't think of it.
to the void
Solar
is
plus Monster Reborn actually is the combo.
we could run Gold Sark in the deck.
What?
Gold Sarcophagus.
Gulsark? Yeah, Gulsark can be.
Yeah, because it will at least banish
Hmm.
the roar to start off with the combo maybe.
Yeah, Gulsark just make sure you don't have to open something to dump a roar.
Exactly. Yeah,
Reborn is actually good because you can actually battery plus reborn to full combo.
exactly. That's just like yeah, combo by itself.
Yeah.
So that's 40
Then
right there.
Well, we obviously gonna take out cards at the end, so don't worry about just have to cap at 40.
Okay,
It's better to just put everything you need to have in the deck first, then take out cards.
right.
Yeah. Then there's something else you can have. More upstarts.
More upstairs, you said?
Yeah. We
Sure.
have a lot of dark in the deck.
Oh, of course, Allure. Allure Dark.
Also, Allure plus Roar. That's the dream combo.
Yes. Yeah. Allure and Roar is like always
Always the
the
always the
best.
good thing for Thunder Engine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At that point, do you really even keep upstart, or you're
I mean,
trying to?
you can just run both, right?
Yeah.
They don't conflict into each other.
Okay. So, okay. Hmm. Now we're
Yes. Now
trying to
we have
think.
the raft draft. Now we just need to take out cards.
Right.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, like we still have. Do we have all the big dangers in the deck?
Yes. Let me sort the dangers out.
We do. We do. We do. So, do we need Mothman as much? Like do we can we take out like two of those?
Um. I mean, I, you can take out one Mothman just to prevent the chance to draw like multiple copy of Mothman. Because Mothman is still like probably the best one to activate, right? For
Uh
going
huh.
first.
Yeah.
Because you don't run a crazy amount of dangers for Chupa, so Chupa should stay at one, or even you don't even have to play it. The
Yeah.
other three trail is limited. We can play more.
Right.
And like you don't even guarantee need to run Thunderbird, honestly.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah. Like
Um.
these are
Um.
dangers.
Well, 1 second.
Hmm.
Should we think about running the Chaos Emperor Dragon in our deck?
See, first of all, there's still
The,
not many dragons in the deck, right?
yeah,
Like also, whenever we Bro Tour, most likely just want to grab the levy.
four colors in the deck. That's right. I didn't see. Okay, he's there. Okay. So yeah, that's the thing. He's only targeting dragons,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Like one thing you can even think is this safer.
Safer. Yeah.
Because safer seems like at the end of the combo, see Ravine will stay on the board, right?
Yeah. Of course.
So if it passed a turn, you can Ravine send safer to graveyard and add the levy back.
Hmm.
Or you can just run like two levy, which is also fine.
Yes. Of course.
Like
So I'm glad.
if you already start with a levy, then you're pitched it. Later combo, you're just gonna do the same thing, Ravine pitch safer. Ravine instead of like levy search, instead of Brotor search levy, you can
Yeah.
Brotor search spiral, then use Ravine to pitch the spiral, send safer to add the levy back.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah. That's true.
So that's a good one of. Well, I played the card for so long, I know that.
No, I was just thinking, like, it's a really good card, but unfortunately, we don't have enough. We need to have enough dragons to make it work.
Yeah,
So, um,
like I think was it Herman Hanson? I think it was Herman Hanson. He played it in one of the YCS. It was like he played Danger Thunder in like I think it was October YCS last year.
hmm
And in his Danger Thunder deck, because baby dragons were limited at that point, right? And Chaos
right.
Space wasn't even out. He actually run one copy of Safer just for like everything I just said.
Of
Yeah.
course.
Like even you just draw. Imagine another case where imagine you start with Danger, Pitch, or Roar. Then you can go
Hmm.
normal Safer, search, tribute yourself, search White, and that's another combo.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well.
I
Hmm.
definitely like the way the deck's going.
Hmm.
Only thing I guess that's just kind of like making me think. Like
Hmm.
I keep going back to that thought, like of the Dragon Link deck is just doing it.
Yeah,
All of this
it's doing everything but better. That's
exactly.
why Dragon Link is better.
Yeah, like it's like I was trying to make the Thunders,
Hmm.
work more better, but at this point, the way this deck is playing and stuff, we're still going to the end goal, which is the same.
Yeah.
But
If
it
you
is doing
were
it. more efficient.
if you're building like a deck in a format that's not the best ones, eventually you will just run to a point where you're like, I'm just building a worse version of one of the best
First
decks.
version, exactly. That's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
Much as I love this, I love Thunder Dragons a lot.
Hmm.
Because that was the last deck I was playing. But
Yeah.
of course now without the Colossus, it's like
It's
we don't.
different. It's different.
It's different. Yeah. Like and Titan doesn't do like as we established earlier.
Hmm.
Titan doesn't do the job.
Titan, yeah. We don't even run Titan. We don't even think about running Titan at this
Been
point.
thinking about running it because we have to run burst cards like Matrix and stuff,
Yeah.
to make it work. Um, so like, yeah, no, this is a good rough.
Hmm.
It's still a good rough draft of
Yeah.
what we're
Well,
trying to end with.
let's
I
try if we can cut it down to 40. We have up there, right?
Yeah, no, of course we're gonna cut some cards down, of course,
Hmm.
to 40 because there
So,
are some.
yeah. Do you still think this one's needed? The Dark Spirit?
Which the Dark Spirit
Yeah,
probably not because we
probably not.
already
Right?
of how like we just pretty much have a lot of ways to.
Yeah, we have three Valkyries, the pair of dragons, three Chaos Space, and a lot of draw power from the dangers and the lures and upstarts.
Yes,
That's an
exactly.
easy cut. Then one thing I like to say is, do you think three dark is necessary?
Um, well, we are not running Titan, of
Yeah,
course. We're not
obviously.
running, so I don't think we technically need that many.
Yeah, you probably need two in case you go second, you draw one so you can pitch
Of
one.
course, yes, of
Yeah,
course, you need two at least.
yeah,
For like if you ever like just needed a dark in the graveyard to start,
hmm,
well, maybe even.
yeah. Roar is probably good to keep at three just because we also have three allure.
Like yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Two dark is fine.
Hmm. Then when we need to cut one more card,
Question.
this is usually the hardest part. It's usually the most fun.
Yeah, I think we can cut a roar, can't we?
Roar?
Well, think about it this way, right?
No.
We have multiple ways of getting the roar with our soul lure,
Yes. Yes.
right? Like, do we need three roar though? Because the third, here's the thing about the roar. Back then, the better part was when we had like Colossus and stuff. We were still running Titan, and we can
Hmm.
just kept fetching back the fusion
Hmm.
from the. So like his main purpose was also of course starting up the combo and getting the dark onto the field and everything. That's all cool, but of course his better purpose was to fetch fusion back,
Yeah.
and keep recycling the Thunder cards and keep summoning Titan. Now we're not going for that strategy anymore. So I was thinking we don't need three roars, right? Because it would be a brick in hand at times too.
Well, there's one thing you can really think is that if you draw a roar, right?
With
How
the
many
lore,
cards is good to combo with the roar in hand?
but yeah, of course
There's
with
actually
the
quite a lot. There's a lore.
first one,
There's a chaos space.
yeah, that
There's
one.
also, since you eventually want the roar to be in the graveyard, right? So essentially, every danger is also a good one to combo with the roar because you want to hit the roar with the danger.
Of course, of course,
So by that logic, you actually don't mind to see roars. It's not a brick because you will. If you don't see it, you want to see the card that mill it.
of
If you
course,
see it, you want to see the dangers with it to pitch it.
right.
And once the roar's in the graveyard, it's much easier to combo with whatever we have up
Yeah.
next to it.
So are we really with the some of the other cards we just added to our deck, right? We had
Hmm.
like Gold Star
Yeah.
and some of the other cards. Oh, I also noticed. Okay, we are running three caches. Right.
Hmm.
Cool. I was thinking, do we need Grepher still in our deck?
That's a good one. That's a good one to cut, to be honest, because it's essentially like the worst starter normal summon we can have, right?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
battery is obviously the best.
Hmm.
Sky Blaster is probably equal to battery, and Armageddon Knight just a slightly worse battery.
Yeah.
That's a
Yep.
good one to cut. The another one to cut that's good is probably like a Thunderbird.
That I was thinking too. Yep.
Yeah, because going first, it's the same as every other danger, but
Every
worse than the best three, obviously,
Yep.
and worse than Mossman. Going second, maybe, maybe not, but depends. It's like
Depends on the deck you're
you still
creating.
want to go first anyway, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
So you can just try to. So there's another way I like to when I'm deck building is that I can keep cutting cards
Yeah.
until I hit number where maybe we can cut like two more cards. Now we can
Mm.
set a place of hand trap.
Right. Exactly.
So just think what kind of cards. Like it seems like we only have space to have a place of hand trap at most, right? So think about what kind of thing you can. It will be most awkward if you open with it.
Um, good question.
Just
Good
use your
question.
imagination. Imagine what kind of possible cards you can draw. That's awkward. That's like not a specific engine part we need to go through.
Honestly, let's see. Um, Opening like multiple normal summons could be kind of weird too.
Yeah, but you also wanna
But
you also wanna
but
max them out to increase the chance to draw it.
exactly. So we're gonna always not have a problem with that. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? I think like it's and we don't have. I'm trying to think though because we don't have too many of those bigger boss monsters in our deck,
Hmm.
like
Hmm.
my initial build did.
Hmm.
So I mean, could I don't see myself drawing a very weird hand where I can't do anything. You know, because like you have the bigger guys, right? Like you have
Hmm.
like the
Yeah.
Levian
Yep.
and the Spiral Dragon, whatever. So you have those three guys. Then you have the Thunders. If you open like a hand where it was like just the bigger guys, like the like Levianeer, Duo, um, let's say even freaking even the level 4 dragon, right? Even
Hmm.
if the level 4 the Black Dragon Collapse Serpent.
Hmm.
If we open that and a couple Thunders, we can't really do anything with our hand. You
Hmm.
know? That would be like kind of a pass turn, you know.
So by that logic, it's probably better to have like slightly more dangers because those always
Because
available.
it'll fix the
Those can
hand.
also fix your hand.
Yeah.
So maybe Thunderbird is the one we should keep instead of Greffer.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Um,
Then I mean
Grepper,
you have the one player deck already.
huh?
You have the one player deck already. Just don't worry
One
about
player.
any hand trap or any back row removal at all in the main. Which is fine if you want to just start it with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What sucks though, like unfortunately we like with the way we're making the deck really good combos. I like the way
Hmm.
the combos is going, but of course we did kind of establish it's kind of like a worse Dragon Link deck at
Yes.
this point.
Yes.
But
100%.
um, what I was trying to think like we would have to if we're gonna make the deck in a whole different fashion
Hmm.
with the new Nemesis cards that came out.
Hmm.
You know, we'd have to like change so many things, right, just to make that happen.
Pretty much because we were essentially what we are doing is we build a whole deck based on one specific combo.
One specific combo.
And
Yes.
we actually just don't even have anything else that's not like part of that combo at this point.
Exactly. So like those cards are really cool and
Hmm.
everything, but like it doesn't like support the combo really,
Yeah.
unless we were unless there's a route I'm not thinking of, like with the Nemesis cards.
I think if you want to do with those, you'll have to just start from the beginning. Think what kind of combo can like walk into the Nemesis card.
Right.
Because we did like skip a lot of possibilities in the middle. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
when you get to Romulus,
Hmm?
you said adding Ravine, right? There's also
Yeah.
a choice of adding the Dragoon Lance.
Oh, what's that one do?
So this one will equip a Dragoon tuner from your deck to this equip monster.
Oh, cool.
So you can equip Phalanx and get an
Yeah.
instant level 2.
Yes. Oh yeah, of course. Then we can start. Phalanx can unequip himself and
Yeah, Phalanx summon. Then you can turn the Romulus into cross summon tokens. Then do the like other possible combos, right? That's one possibility we just completely skipped. We didn't even mention
we
it.
completely that. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I think we were expending so much to the point. I don't think our extra die is able to support any of those.
Yeah. No. No. Yeah. Like it's like we'd have to start from scratch pretty much
Hmm.
there. Like
Yeah.
think of the Nemesis
Yeah,
combo.
that's
Like
actually how the other version of Dragon Link, the one in Europe, was doing combos. Their
yeah.
Dragon Link start with one Romulus, do the Phalanx combo, then
Yeah.
going to Synchro Summon Marcher, the Magician Metal Marcher gonna make an Arclight, then use
Hmm.
the Phalanx that's bring back from the Marcher, link with the cross into a fiber and then combo afterwards.
Yes, yes,
Hmm.
exactly. Yeah. So like for the current deck we have
Hmm.
here, like it's definitely gonna be more like consistent. It's a
Yeah,
consistent.
it's
Com-
very consistent that guy, in my opinion. Like, I think things you can do is just actually play this one player version and actually
yeah,
see how individual cards gonna act for you. And
of course.
eventually, when you are in the tournaments, when you are siding, that's
Hmm.
when you realize what kind of cards are actually possible to be out of the main deck.
Yes, exactly.
So
So
those
I did.
are like that's gonna be like one of your choices. Obviously, there's like no big tournaments, not even regionals, not probably not even locals in some area.
Yeah, we
So
don't know what.
yeah, but this like whatever I just said could possibly probably not even be able to be done today. It's something you need to actually play the deck already to help with.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And the big thing is the what to take out.
Yeah, that's
Your
a big
side
thing
deck.
because the
Yeah,
like pretty
the
much the
deck.
format how the format is just
Yeah,
everyone has already pre-siding a lot of side cards in the main deck to play the
main deck. How they're doing their comp.
yeah.
Exactly.
One thing we also have to finish is the extra deck. We still have what possibly five
But
more spaces.
yeah. All right. Well, I think we need some more utility cards, right? Like when
So
that interact with our opponent's turn,
so
or
so
like
you want
actually.
the best utility link
Yeah.
monster Nightmare Phoenix.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. Nightmare Phoenix is good.
Yeah.
Uh, he's
Technically, let me see. You can even run IP Unicorn.
IP Unicorn.
Yeah, because that's if you somehow don't have enough monster or like for example you're stuck with three, you can always make an IP plus another monster then unicorn your opponent's turn. That's like a thing you can do when you are stuck mid combo. And two more. What can you think for the last two?
Um, well,
What you
last
want to
two
put?
was I was thinking to myself, we're running access code,
Hmm.
but do we need borrow sword as much really like in this?
It can happen because you do go through the guard dragons, so you
Oh
maybe have a point where you have to make a Boris sword. You can only make a Boris sword. That's possible.
yeah. Um, so I just realized is
Hmm.
Draco Tenny still in our deck?
No, but the Buster Whelp is. Those two are like either or, pretty much.
Oh yes, of
Yeah.
course.
I mean, you can always run this one, or you can also just run the Whelp with Sphere, because
Yeah, because
only Whelp will allow Sphere here.
okay.
Yeah. Then there's one more thing you
Yeah.
probably just don't remember at this point, but that's something I like to run if there's high level monster in the deck. The BLS link.
What is it called?
The BLS link.
Oh, the BLS link. Yes,
Yeah.
of course.
Because like you already have danger naturally.
Yeah. How could I forget him?
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Like, but do some of the decks struggle against him though? As much now?
If you make a buff BLS, it's actually very hard to get rid of it.
Like if you make it with a level 7 monster, right?
Yeah. Because
That would be very.
it cannot be targeted, cannot be destroyed. You
Yeah.
if you decide to gain use the gain attack effect, it will become a 45 monster that cannot be targeted. Their
Yeah.
out is usually only make an axis with 53 and beat over it.
Yes. Access code. And of course nobody's really running Borreload anyways,
Yeah,
right?
no, almost no one running Borlo. Boar
Yeah.
sword can still get over it.
Of course.
Yeah, but all there's also not many people running Boar sword because for most of the decks just cut Boar sword for axis.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Um. Yeah. I mean, BLS Link would be fine. I
Hmm.
just that the only reason I did think about him
Hmm.
actually, but the thing is, I was thinking about like the possible ways they with the current cards that are available to
Hmm.
them. Like like there's so many ways they can get over him, right? Like because
Hmm.
of the newer Link monsters like Access Code. When I was reading him, I was like,
But
wow,
that's probably the only one I can think
yeah.
of, honestly. Because
Um,
if you only make it 3K, it's not hard to kill it. But at the same
yeah,
time, if you already kill something, got benefit from it, it's probably already good enough.
yeah. Does the Eldritch deck or anything like do they have any ways to summon a
Um,
monster to get over him?
uh, Golden Lord Golden Lord can be 35 by its own effect, so it can
Okay,
beat you if you haven't buff already.
okay,
But
yeah,
if you kill something and banish something from Eldritch's board, it's usually pretty devastating because they you can pretty
of
much just
course,
cut something from their resources,
yeah, yeah,
and or they just go like fiber things into access like everyone else.
yeah, exactly. I mean,
Yeah.
we're not dropping VLS Link first turn anyway, so it's
Yes.
not gonna be
Yes.
like
Yeah.
yeah.
Usually, the
We're
second you drop it, you're gonna force something or you're gonna kill something and benefit it.
yeah, exactly. We're gonna summon it when they have a board already, and we're
Hmm.
just linking two guys into him.
Yeah.
Like a Phoenix and something else can go into him.
You
Um,
cannot use Phoenix because it requires three different monsters.
or, right? Let me see.
It
Oh,
requires three different monsters.
yeah, it needs three different.
Unless you use Phoenix plus two other, which at that point you might as well just go into Unicorn and
Three.
Access.
Oh yeah, it needs three.
Yeah. It's usually something like if you have three dangers and you realize you might stuck there, it's not
Yeah,
bad to go into this one.
not a two card thing. Sorry,
Hmm.
I forgot.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean he's still good though against
Hmm.
a lot of decks. I mean if you can out somehow the access code, if they drop it and you can somehow out that, then they're pretty much not getting over
Hmm.
it.
Yeah, that's a very good one. Let me see. So we have our version one,
Version one
version two, which is a fail attempt.
feels that.
Then we have our version three here.
Yep.
So how you feel about all the changes we've done?
I think you've done very good overall because like my first version like that like the one that was like a rough draft over.
Yeah.
That was I didn't have any like specific
Ideas behind it.
yeah,
You just have like
going, you know.
yeah.
Like I did think about the Trish
Mm-hmm.
combo, and
Yeah.
then I was like, okay, cool, we go for Predaplan and all
Mm-hmm.
that. But the thing is, it wasn't gonna happen so consistently,
Yeah.
and plus, it's the board's not too effective, you know.
It's not
Like
too effective. It's also not guaranteed getting there.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Like you don't like we're all the other combos we just did were
Mm-hmm.
all two card combos too.
Yes.
They were just much more better than
Yeah.
anything this deck could do.
Mm.
Yeah. I mean, granted, Trish is nice, but like what do we really need to Trish in this format? I
Depends.
don't think it's like that important. Back
Yeah.
then it was a given. I remember when this deck was like kind of coming to a different type of view. Like we was running Gizmek Orochi and stuff like
Yes.
that.
Yes.
I know they went into Trish a lot in the middle of the combo.
Mm.
So and then you you made the Trish and the other dragon into the sphere.
Yeah.
But now we don't do that anymore. So I was like, uh, I think this is overall okay though.
Mm-hmm.
This would be kind of like a different Dragon Link.
Yeah. Yeah. It is. I mean, it's still a Danger Thunder deck.
It's still a Danger Thunder deck,
All right,
absolutely.
let me show you what I have before the stream. This is
Yeah,
what I built it earlier
for Thunders.
for while I was rough drafting in my mind.
Okay.
You can just tell it's almost the same as I walked you into at the end,
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, this one
right?
is
It's almost
really.
the same.
What's the idea behind the siding the chaos
Oh
armor?
no, no, the side cards are not real side cards. It's just the cards I thought about it in the middle. Instead of completely like getting rid of them, I just moved
Okay.
them into the side. That's the way I built the deck.
Yes.
These are
That makes
just like the original cards that could be in the main that Endless didn't make it.
right. No, I think wow. It's what I find funny is like it's literally almost the same
Yeah,
as that other deck.
yeah. I mean, I know this since the beginning when we started.
Yeah, exactly. Um, yeah. Minus, of course, we're running like three. you're running three moth. We're running two moth in this one.
Yeah, I think the very few difference like the number of Mossmen. I still was cutting the Thunderbird because I don't
Right.
have a good luck with dangers, and I think I just forgot Ghost Arc or something like that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah, I think we did overall
No,
really good.
we did
Like,
pretty good. Like, are
it's
you
also
satisfied with everything happening now?
yeah, absolutely. I see
Mhm.
what's like going on and everything. Now
Mhm.
my eyes are kind of opening
Yeah,
too.
I
like
guess
like
all you need is just try the list with siding and know what kind of cards you can cut for like hand traps in the main,
that's right.
and then like build a side according to the format you're gonna play, and hope you do well with it. I guess that's it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, like I don't personally right now. I don't see anything I can
Hmm.
really cut or add and stuff.
Yeah, I think
Maybe
that
some,
we're good enough for the deck right now.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Hmm.
I think the side cards would make the major impact.
It depends. It really depends on what kind of format you playing. We're also at the point where the format gonna change. There's Battle
Right.
of Legend this weekend, and there
Yeah.
is Rise of Duelist in 2 weeks.
Literally 2 weeks. Yeah.
Then 2 weeks after that, there's the Mega Team.
Right. The
Then with Dragoon.
of course Dragoons comes around.
Then there's like we don't know. Then there's some weeks after the Mega Team, there will be the Banless because the Banless is no sooner than September 1st.
Exactly.
And
This
Mega
was
Team
brought
was like
to
August
me as
30th, I think.
well. Yeah, like this is all subject to change. Of course.
Yeah, you can just start with this, just get familiar with the
Exactly.
format and process
We're
that.
putting our foot in the door.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. We're like this is we were just like testing ideas and stuff, and of course, if we think of something more broken along the way, we can change things around again.
Yes, yes,
But right now, at least we have a combo
yeah.
established. Yeah,
So I guess it's good enough to have you tonight.
I think so.
Yeah, like if you have time, go check Duelist Academy for they will if you're like get into like higher tiers for their Patreon. I think you can
Yeah,
get like 1v1 session for like a long time for every couple days or weeks or whatever.
of
I don't know
course,
details, but that's a very good option for you to check.
of course, and
Hmm.
I appreciate you having me here.
Hmm.
Definitely.
You're
Um,
welcome. You'll be the first
leave
one.
with ideas that
Yeah.
I completely missed on. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, like I
I will be uploading the whole video, probably close to 3 hours or 2.5 at
yeah,
least, to YouTube, and I will be share every single file and the Decklist in the group chat or in the Discord chat later.
that's yeah. Feel free to
Mm-hmm.
absolutely.
Cool. All right.
Um,
So it's a good night with you.
thank you,
Mm-hmm.
Shamshin.
All right.
Appreciate it.
All right. Have a good night.
Have a good night.